All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Net Ghost Rider broadcast. I am Ghost. Welcome in. How is everybody doing on this Tuesday? We are 1 week away from the United States probably having a full-blown meltdown. But we're here. We're live and alive. We keep beating our consecutive days alive streak. What's up, Dark Assassin? Welcome in. So, I fell asleep on my chair again last night and basically didn't wake up until the morning. So that sucked. What's up, Manu? So that sucked a little bit for me. But I woke up, went to work, had a 5 hour and 40 fucking minutes of work of one round of golf, which is nightmare. Here to half lurk while I get ready for bed. No problem, Rosie. I appreciate you being here. Especially since you just ended stream. Anyway. So those that were here last night, we started the Ben Shapiro Jubilee video. We got about halfway through. And we're going to finish that up today. As much as the brain rot has gotten to me. We're going to finish it up. I don't think there's really anything else I can tell you. Except the one thing I do want to ask about is what do we want to do in regards to election coverage? So I have not limited knowledge. Just made 2 clips of Life is Strange. The game is 100% worth playing. Really? Interesting. But election coverage is something we got to talk about. One thing I was thinking about doing is kind of playing games or whatever, and then I'll bring up like pages and stuff as results come in, and then maybe playing like Hassan's stream, because obviously Hassan has way more resources than I do and is more knowledgeable as far as the individual districts and everything to keep an eye on. Life is Strange is out of your typical game type Ghost, but it's a great story. Yeah, I've seen Theo play it, and I had interest in it, but I don't think it's up my alleyway, fortunately. So, but yeah, that's just a thought that I had today of what exactly we want to do for election day coverage. Because I'm actually heading home that week, so I won't be. I don't know how much I'll be able to stream that week, but we'll see. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were about games that are quick thinking roleplay. I don't know. I need Life is Strange, especially with double exposure just coming out. Yeah, I think that's what Dark Assassin's talking about. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a ton to talk about. Without further ado, let's fucking do this. Let's submit ourselves to the brain rot some more. All right, here we go. So, yes, I rewatched the first 2 topics, which was, or 3 topics, 2 topics, which was DEI and abortion and everything. And now they're going to talk about Kamala Harris's border policy. So this will be interesting. Long day again. Why does his face make me so ill? Yeah, it's been up for the last 15 minutes. Yeah, it was a long day at work. It was 1 round and it took 5 hours and 40 minutes. So that sucked. But they paid me decent. So I was pretty happy about that. Also, I'm starting to stress out a little bit because I'm thinking about paying for the bills and whatnot. I was going to take Friday off, but I think I'm just going to leave it open. And then if I get scheduled, I go work. If I don't get scheduled, then I don't go work. Just because a little extra pay is not going to hurt. So I was eagerly waiting for it from early access. Every chapter's ending had me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, from the little bit I've watched on Theo's streams, it definitely seems like it's fairly enthralling. But anyway, here we go. I have Thursday and Friday off. Oh, shit, SCal, that's awesome. I'm taking Saturday off so I can watch the Penn State game, which will be interesting because we have Unhinged Friday leading into that. And if I stay up as late as I normally do for Unhinged Friday, I'm going to get about 2 hours of sleep before the Penn State game. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just take a nap on Friday. We'll see. Anyway, right to it. Thursday I have eye surgery again, and Friday is one of my floating holidays because Day of the Dead. Oh, that's nice. Well, except for the eye surgery part. But I'll be keeping you in my thoughts, SCal. Wishing the best for you. All right.
Next claim is Kamala Harris's border policies will turn America into an unsafe and bankrupt nation.
I will let some of my colleagues here in the circle really talk about why they appreciate Kamala Harris's right shift when it comes to border policy, trying to deter the amount of people that are coming through the southern border. That's not something I'm particularly passionate about. So I'm more inclined to talk about specifically why you, somebody who purports himself as someone who's uber capitalist, want to remove the labor pool from this country, which always increases to business and economic growth.
Right. So I'm not interested in removing the labor pool from the country as a general.
This is a good argument because migrant workers make up a large portion of the labor pool, and businesses like migrant workers because they don't have to pay migrant workers minimum wage, and it also drives down the wages of American citizens. So businesses actually like migrant workers. Plus, on top of that, they hire the migrant workers, and if they get out of line, they just call ICE on them and get them deported.
Rule. However, I don't believe that it's an economic benefit to the United States to bring in a low skill, low education labor pool that is drawing.
There's no such thing as unskilled labor. All labor is skilled. Dude, I need to find you a movie called A Day Without a Mexican.
Significantly from public benefits, for example. There are very good data to show that there's huge reliance on, say, emergency rooms, educational facilities.
No, this isn't true. This isn't true. It's literally like 0.1% or something like that. What's up, Kiko? Sorry, I'm looking for the actual number. But it's a significantly low number. I think it's from like 2006. Oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Less than 1% of the total Medicaid spending goes to emergency care for non-citizen immigrants. New Congressional Budget Office report shows a total of $27 billion in federal and state spending on emergency Medicaid for non-citizen immigrants between fiscal years 2017 and 2023. This report could fuel further false claims from former President Trump and Vice President candidate Vance that immigrants are accessing public benefits and draining federal resources, leading to continued misinformation among the public. $27 billion certainly sounds like a lot of money, but this spending represents less than 1% of overall spending in Medicaid over the entire time period. In some years, is less than 0.5%. Spending on emergency Medicaid was $3.8 billion in fiscal year 2023 and was 0.4% of total Medicaid spending that year. Emergency Medicaid spending is 0.4%. All other Medicaid spending is 99.6%. So emergency Medicaid spending is significantly lower. Within that emergency Medicaid spending is 1%. 1%. That's the number, chat. Less than 1%. Just remember that. Just remember that when they bring this shit up, saying that undocumented migrants are using up Medicaid and emergency rooms and whatnot. It's less than 1 fucking percent. Fucking ghouls.
Based on the Center for Immigration Studies, there's a net cost to low-wage, low-skill immigration coming into the country.
You're in favor with emergency rooms just...
No, there's not a net cost with low-wage immigrants coming into the country because low-wage immigrants actually pay taxes, and they're not allowed to withdraw their taxes. They also pay Social Security and Medicare as well, which, again, they cannot withdraw from because they're not citizens. They pay income taxes, they pay Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, and they can't pull money from it. Therefore, it is a net benefit to have migrants within the United States.
Deterring people based on what they look like or what might be perceived as someone with a lack of...
Do you have Apple Plus Ghost? No, I do not, unfortunately. I should get it for Ted Lasso, but I do not have it.
citizenship?
No, I'm very much in favor of limiting the amount of illegal immigration to zero, and then allowing a fair bit of legal immigration.
So you're
fewer
more
social
interested
benefits
in
available.
decreasing the pool of people and population in this country so there are less emergency room visits, or are you more in favor of actually documenting these people so we're able to track like exactly who is coming through? Like, I'm kind of lacking what your argument is.
It's not about number. It's about the people who are coming in. I believe that everybody who comes into this country should come in through a legal mechanism, and that the United States ought to be able to select the people who are coming in, who are the best, brightest.
Chat, political asylum is a legal mechanism to come in. It is called temporary protected status, which is what Haitians have within Springfield, Ohio, as well as Venezuelans, which Donald Trump had given them because the United States have implemented a shit ton of sanctions against Venezuela, as well as Haiti and whatnot. So it's called temporary protected status. They are documented.
And most useful to the American population, because that is the prerogative of any nation.
So do you think that the way that we do allow people in through our legalization process, especially with how much egregious obstacles people have to go through, might incentivize people to come through non-legal means?
I mean,
On average, it takes about 10 years for somebody to gain citizenship in this country. And if somebody is fleeing political persecution, I really find it interesting how conservatives always like to talk about the response to certain behaviors instead of what the root cause is. When oftentimes United States foreign policy is what creates the destabilization of countries, which is why people try to come to places where they can't get economic benefit. Your employee, Matt Walsh, was kind of schooled on this with Ryan Grimm, where he talked about specifically Haitian policy, where the government of Haiti has been destabilized over and over again by Western imperial nations, so that those citizens are trying to flee something with political persecution.
Is it your contention that anytime there's a destabilized nation across the world, even if the United States had a hand in it, then we then have a moral obligation to take in every citizen of that country who wishes to flee?
No, I think that's a huge straw man. I'm not saying that every single person from a destabilized country needs to take refuge in the United States, but I think it's important to add that context so you can understand why people are coming here.
By the way, chat, this person is a Hasanabi head, and surprised Hassan with one of their Jubilees. It was Odd Man Out. Basically, there was a leftist or liberal or whatever hidden within a pool of conservatives. And Mason was the one that was a Hasanabi head and fooled him. So this is the clip of the reveal to Hassan.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gone on and off of Ben Shapiro. But I like Steven Crowder. I like Dr. Robert Malone, Hank Pecker. There's a lot of different streamers and media outlets that I think do push a more like, you should be able to choose what you want for your body.
Oh! Are you fucking joking? No! Sorry, it's 5 anti-vaxxers against 2 fakes. He's so good! He's so fucking good! Oh!
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gone on and off of Ben Shapiro.
So yeah, chat. Hank Pecker is Hassan's alter ego, his conservative alter ego. So Mason was in a group with 5 anti-vaxxers. Mason, the person on the screen right here, was in a group with 5 anti-vaxxers, and there was 2 fakes. Mason was so good at pretending to be anti-vaxxer that he fooled Hassan. And then they asked which conservative media heads do you watch? And he listed off Steven Crowder, someone else, and then he goes Hank Pecker. And Hank Pecker is Hassan's right-wing alter ego. So Hank Pecker doesn't exist. So that's how he fooled Hassan into it. So this is a Hasanabi head. So this is what I was saying in Crab Cakes' stream last night, that there's a handful of Hasanabi heads in this that know all of Ben Shapiro's dialogue tree, which is why Ben Shapiro gets cooked a ton in this video. Also, post Shane, who was the trans man that shit on Ben Shapiro, Ben is definitely a little shook, and everybody kind of feeds off of that, and they kind of shit on him. It's great.
That's a case for a different foreign policy. That's not a case for an immigration policy.
The idea is people are coming in here to mooch off of our emergency rooms or mooch off of our social services, which is just not true at all.
I mean, no,
that's your big contention for why you're...
That is not my contention.
Okay.
My contention
You just said that.
I'm not claiming that the intent of people is to mooch off the system. The result of people.
Ben, you literally just said that it's a mooch off the
system. A net
system.
Contributor to the economy of the United States or to the culture of the United States, because I want people who are coming here who actually have some sort of belief in, say, American-style freedoms. I don't think everybody from all over the world has.
I'm sorry. You saying that migrants don't contribute to the culture of the United States? What the fuck are you talking about? Tacos is like a great... Tacos alone is an incredible thing. I know Escal's gonna fucking give me shit for it. That's white person tacos is when you fold a fucking tortilla. But fucking tacos, Mexican food, literally the only reason that we have any food to put on the fucking table is because of migrant workers coming from Mexico. What do you mean they don't contribute to the United States? They contribute a shit ton, which I also just talked about, that they pay taxes, they pay Social Security, and they pay Medicare, which they can't receive the benefits of because they're either not documented or they're not an American citizen. I love how Ben did what he does and talked over him. Yeah. That's a hot dog ghost. Or is it a sandwich?
Right.
Ideology.
So you're aligning.
Well, there's a saying in Central and South Texas goes, we didn't cross the border crossed us. That's fair. Because Texas sucks. Because Texas sucks. Texas got its independence from fucking Mexico and then begged the United States to literally accept Texas into the United States because they knew they were going to get their shit pushed in by Mexico.
With Nick Fuentes, that like a lot of these people just don't have the exact same culture. These people don't have culture and they can't come here. I know that you're making that face. I know that he's an individual that you guys obviously disagree. He's somebody that's like increases calls for violence against people of certain communities. I'm not saying that you're
Nick
identical,
Fuentes,
but I'm saying on this issue particular,
he literally makes videos trying to stab me. So
see this disdain in your
thing.
face though. Like this is the type of disdain I have for the exact ideology that you guys.
I told you the story about the Gonzalez cannon, right? Yes, I believe so. I believe you did. That's where the "come take our gun" comes from, right?
I don't understand why there is anything wrong with the idea that you ought to screen people for their viewpoint. Of course, people can assimilate, but you ought to select from a pool of people who are most likely to assimilate. That doesn't mean that everybody has it. Do you think everybody on Earth has an equivalent ideology? Try and get into the country? We shouldn't screen for ideology at all.
The flag with the very cannon on it, take it and come. God damn it, Kiko. Kiko, how'd your second ballot go?
How would you screen for ideology? Like a basic test to show what people actually value when it comes to attributes?
Sure.
What would that test look like?
I mean, I think that would look very much like a citizenship test.
What?
This is not determining the ideologies of this person coming in. This is a determination.
I mean, they at least have to understand the
that
basic.
People can actually have.
No, but people would actually have to understand the basic ideology.
How many
of the
U.S. born citizens do you think could pass a citizenship test?
That's very fucking stupid. My grandmother literally passed her citizenship test and she studied a very fucking long time. And you got to know like all American history and shit like that. Like people coming in the United States aren't going to know American history except for Escal. Escal knows more American history than I fucking know because he actually had a good education, unlike us in the United States. Still filling out the mail in it tomorrow. No step on snake. From Ireland or Ukraine? Ireland. My grandmother from Ireland. My Ukrainian heritage is my great-great-grandmother on my dad's side, I believe. But my grandmother from Belfast, Ireland, got her citizenship. And that's my mom's mom.
Good to meet you.
Kamala Harris supports the bipartisan border bill that was negotiated.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, this bipartisan bill is literally what Trump wanted in December 2023. And then the Democratic Party rightfully called Trump Hitlerian with his comments and everything like that. And then a couple months later, Joe Biden comes out with this fucking policy and says, oh, this is what we're going to do. And it's the exact same fucking policy that Trump and Republicans were trying to push for when you were literally calling them fucking Hitlerian. Oh, God, I hate this fucking bill. Do they talk about Gaza? I mentioned it to my grandmother. I asked her about Northern Ireland and the occupation with Britain and stuff. And then I kind of point out how ironic it was. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird because you seem to support the exact same things. I mean, in this video, yes, they do. The next topic. But I think I did point out to my grandmother about Israel and Gaza at one point. Just side note. I'm sure it'll come up when I fucking come home. Because they always fucking try to talk politics with me. And I immediately, I don't shut that shit down. They're not happy with the words that I give.
By conservative Senator James Lankford and supported by Mitch McConnell. Do you not support that bill? And
I do not support that bill.
So what is your solution then?
I mean, my solution is that this actually ought not be done in a comprehensive fashion. So I have a general critique of the way that we deal with immigration in the country. Instead of trying to solve all problems at once, which is very likely to end in nothing, what we ought to first do is we ought to close the border.
And but the border is closed right now. Do you agree?
The border is certainly not closed right now.
What do you mean? There's a small trickle of people coming over. The numbers are similar to the end of the Trump administration, no?
Well, now because of executive order, they have been reduced significantly, but...
Do you not agree that they're the same number as the end of the Trump administration?
In the last 4 months of the Trump administration, there were on average 2,470 illegal crossings at the southern border per day. Since July, the Biden administration had averaged 3,406 illegal crossings per day. So an extra 1,000 illegal crossings. But again, illegal crossings, a lot of them are seeking political asylum, which is legal. Although I had to explain to a Brit why the troubles happen, and that blew my mind. See, the Brits don't know what oppression is. So when they're oppressing people, they don't understand they don't understand that shit. Also, the troubles were super fucked up, which we've talked about it on stream in the past. I'd like to do a video at some point on it. I started editing it, but since it was on stream, there's a lot of glut on it. So I think I'm just going to have to do my own video on it.
Right now,
yes.
It is on a monthly basis, but that's after letting in 6.5 million illegal immigrants.
So do you think Trump was failing then at the end of his administration?
I think that Donald Trump did a better job than Joe Biden. He certainly did not do a perfect job on illegal immigration.
So Joe Biden is matching what Donald Trump is doing right now. So you applaud Joe Biden?
After letting in 6.5 to 11 million illegal immigrants, I don't think you get to fill in that gap by doing it like 4 months of good border policy.
Those are border encounters. We don't know how many of those people were turned away. We don't know how many of those people are still in this country. But those people make up a significant portion of our labor force as well, including in states like yours, Florida, where they make up like 5%.
So your argument is that it's not happening, and it's good that it is.
It's not happening? What do you mean?
That the illegal immigration...
I would love to see that video. I would send it to at least 5 people immediately. Well, good news for you is my shit is going to slow down. So I'm actually going to have time to be able to do shit. So hopefully I can get that out sooner rather than later. So before next Labor Day, I guess, then ask how.
Pool is not very large, and also it's good that it is large.
Take more fiber. Fuck you, ask how. Drink more water. God damn it.
I'm saying you guys make up numbers all the time. It's like
that
20.
You guys. No, that's from the Wall Street Journal. I'm not making up that number.
Well, Donald Trump said he wants to deport 20 million of these guys. What do you think of that?
I mean, I think that if we were going to look at deportations, we obviously ought to tranche that out based on criminal record. We ought to tranche it out based on usefulness to the economy. I think we ought to look at each person individually and determine whether they ought to be deported or not.
So that is probably going to lead to a small trickle of people being kicked out of here. So that's not going to accomplish your goal.
Well, I mean, who said that my goal was to mass deport 20 million people all at once?
So you want 20 million undocumented immigrants to stay in America?
No, no, that is not what I'm saying. I failed.
Oh my God, this guy's such a fucking debate lord. So I found out during Hassan's viewing of this that this person was a Destiny fan and stuff like that. So it makes so much sense why they're such a fucking debate lord. But they do an okay job with Ben Shapiro, so it's fine. But fuck, I hate this stupid bullshit.
To see how you got from, I would like to go through one by one in the same way that we do IRS tax forms for literally every American who pays taxes in the United States, and go through illegal immigrants and determine who ought to stay in the country and who not ought to stay in the country.
So what army is going to go over these 20 million people, and with what resources? Where are you going to detain them? How are you going to get them out of the country?
I mean, you'll detain them and you'll deport them, increasing the resources of ICE. The biggest problem with regard to ICE,
similar to the bill that was rejected by you and...
Well, I mean, you're neglecting the part of the bill that allowed a baseline of 5,000 illegal immigrants border encounters before the executive branch automatically kicked in border enforcement.
Oh, shit. Sorry. The 2024 Border Act would have allowed the Secretary of Homeland Security to block entry and remove illegal immigrants within 100 miles of the southwest border if daily crossings averaged 4,000 over 7 days. The bill was rejected by Republicans. It doesn't sound exactly like the conservative debate lords. It just sounds like it's in bad faith.
Border encounters before the executive branch automatically kicked in border enforcement.
So
I've been down
don't
to the
you
border,
agree?
Okay, like I went down to the border, and let me tell you what I saw.
I've been down to the border. I've been down to the border, so I totally know exactly what's happening because I went to a specific part of the fence where the border patrol agents are basically fascist fucking pieces of shit, and they showed me exactly what happens down there in that little like 5-minute pass of the wall, and they showed, oh my God, there's so many people coming across the wall. Look at us. We have no time. There's so many people crossing the border, which is exactly why we're sitting here for 6 to 7 hours showing you the wall. I'd be annoyed standing next to this guy. Yeah.
Then we can go. Okay. So,
saw with your own eyes.
Not just saw with my own eyes. Talked to the Border Patrol agents. Okay. The way that the Biden administration was treating the border.
Okay. This is when you throw it back in his face. The Border Patrol agents fucking endorsed the bipartisan bill. I really need to become a right-wing commentator or a liberal commentator because I can make so much fucking money because I'm so much better at their arguments than they are.
For the vast majority of their term was to treat a claim of asylum without evidence as evidence that the person ought to be given asylum. So the first priority was for Border Patrol to be activated to go to places where Mexican drug cartels were leaving people at the border en masse, and then to process those people and let them into the country within 72 hours. The goal of this for the Mexican drug cartels was to clear large swaths of the border of Border Patrol agents specifically, so that in those unoccupied areas, fentanyl and drugs could then be passed, human trafficking can then be passed in those unoccupied areas.
90% of fentanyl that comes in the United States comes through ports of entry by American citizens. Doesn't come through with abuelitas and children coming across the border from the cartels. Because guess what? When you stick drugs on abuelitas and children, that shit gets taken care of. When you stick a shit ton of drugs on a car and let the American pass through, guess what? You get more fentanyl and shit into the United States that way. I spent 3 years at the border, worked with thousands of illegal migrant workers. We were treated like garbage for so long. Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. Migrant workers are literally the only reason the United States doesn't fucking fall apart.
So you mentioned these cartels. You agree these cartels are profiting off human trafficking, right?
Of course.
So why don't we open up legal means for these people to come in here? Then they don't have to give the cartels money. They're making more money off human trafficking right now because of our immigration system. It doesn't allow more people.
Plus the fact that the cartels are making their money off of drugs, which the United States consumes a fuck ton of.
Republicans do not have a bill to allow more people to come here legally.
I mean, so your answer to illegal immigration is just magically legalize everyone.
No,
it's paperwork.
To open up legal paths so these people don't have to leave their livelihood in these countries.
It's paperwork.
Carry a bag and walk through the jungle with their kids.
By the logic that you're using, we could make murder absolutely not a thing by simply pretending that murder is now legal.
What?
Your suggestion is that millions of illegal immigrants ought to just become legal immigrants, and then magically this would solve the entire problem.
We have failed these people. We have benefited tremendously off exploiting these people. You and I, we have benefited from these people working hard. They just want to be here and be a part of our country. I can't think of anything more American than that.
I'm not doubting the willingness of people to come to the country. I am doubting the incentive structure.
They lived in Juarez and came over every morning to work. Then went home after work. They had to pay $12 across every day. It's fucked up. I think I mentioned this before. Oh, yeah. I posted it in the politics. Text channel. There's a book called The Case for Open Borders. And there's a podcast about it that talks about the history of the border crossings and everything. And like literally until the 1920s, our border was basically wide open. And then it was still pretty open after like the 20s until like the 90s or something like that. Because there used to be a thing where migrant workers would move across the border for the growing seasons, and then they would move back and bring the money back to their hometowns and everything. But then when they made the borders harder, the migrant workers had to stay in the United States because they couldn't cross the border as easily as they used to. So they used to send money back. And then when they lived here in the United States long enough, they started bringing their family members and shit over with them, because why would you want to leave? Why would you want to live somewhere without your family members? So it's actually a really, really good podcast. S-Cow has heard it. It's a really good podcast. And I think I'm going to read the book at some point. I'm going to have a lot of time over the next like month to do a bunch of reading and shit and do some more research on videos and edit videos and stuff. So that one's on my list.
Structure that draws people to the country with rich array of social benefits that didn't exist.
What is that incentive structure?
That incentive structure is things like Medicaid, things like free schooling.
Do you think someone's going to leave their home in Venezuela to come here and leech off our Medicaid? These people want to work. These people want to live, man.
Okay, then if they sign a contract saying they don't receive social benefits, they're more than welcome to stay.
Oh. Well, sadly, they would take benefits if they were available to them, if they could come out of the shadows, and they would actually pay more taxes and contribute more to society. Let me ask you, if there's a...
whoa. Passionate hands, no worries.
If there's an accident, and let's say your wife's in an accident, a car accident, the only person that witnessed it is an undocumented immigrant. They're not coming forward to be a witness, Ben. Doesn't that trouble you?
This is the reason that I should allow millions and millions of illegal immigrants into the country, is on the off chance that they might be a witness?
It's one reason that these people are being treated as second-class citizens, even though they benefit you and I.
Can I ask a question? What is your standard for whether someone should be allowed into the country?
My standard?
Yes.
What do you mean my standard? Like as far as their education or their ability?
Yes. You're creating immigration policy. Who should be allowed into the country?
I think we should allow a wide variety of people. This country, everyone. Not everybody starts out as a doctor, Ben. Some people start out doing menial tasks.
So everyone. So you have no limits. How about numbers? Do you have any number limit? No numerical limit.
20,000 people die or retire in this country a day. There's only 10,000 births. We need more people.
I agree. That's why we should all have more babies.
So, okay.
Oh my fucking God. We can't have babies because we're fucking broke, you fucking dumb fuck. And you advocate against fucking policies that make it easier to fucking have babies and make it easier for everyday working class Americans to have more money in their fucking pocket. You fucking vile piece of shit.
Well, guess what? People aren't going to have them because you're not incentivizing it. Kamala Harris is with her things like $6,000 child tax credit. Meanwhile, you guys are just trying to cause more problems and make it harder for people to raise families.
Okay, as a person with 4 children, I can promise you I have a very, very strong incentive structure in allowing people to have more kids and incentivizing people to have more kids. I wish that government benefits were more effective in doing this. They simply have not been in particular areas of Europe. It's a different argument than the
Ben Shapiro wants government benefits? I thought he wanted smaller government, so he wants to increase the government size? Okay, well, we can agree with that. Let's actually pass policies that actually help people to have more children. Oh, wait, Ben's against literally all those fucking policies.
Illegal immigration argument, when we're talking about illegal immigration, you seem to be making an argument there ought to be no baseline standard for who gets in and no baseline cap for how many people get in.
I'm not saying that. So we can come up with a figure. We can come up with numbers. So I'm not a lawmaker. That's what we elect people to go do and work out those figures.
I need
Republicans are just fighting everything.
I need some standard.
You need me to come up with a number.
No. Okay, a number or a characteristic or some sort of standard for who you would let into the country. Because right now, all I'm hearing is you just want lots of people to come into the country without any standard and any cap on the number.
No, not at all. I want people to come here who want to work, who want to be a part of this country, and we all benefit from that. Okay, do you think you're not benefiting from these undocumented people? Who do you think is going to build the houses that we need with our shortage?
So do you think the people who come into the country should be eligible for all social benefits?
If they're contributing and they're allowed to contribute fully, right now they're not. They're using other people's social security numbers to pay social security tax and Medicare, and they're not able to get those benefits in the long run.
So,
oh my God, did he just say they're using other people's social security numbers to pay into social security? I wish he didn't say that. That was fucking stupid. I'm pretty sure you don't need a social security number to pay towards social security. But they don't have his social security number, so they'll never be able to collect on it.
You're balancing the cost benefit to the American body politic if what you're suggesting is that day one you arrive in the country and now you're eligible for all social benefits.
I'm not saying day one
with no education, low wage labor.
Well, we can work all these details out. You're fighting over
that's the core of the argument.
Really? You're upset that somebody who comes to this country and works hard and makes your life better and cheaper is going to get Social Security 40 years from now?
No, not Social Security 40 years from now. Medicaid today.
So wouldn't you rather than get Medicaid and get preventative care than go to the hospital where it costs you?
I would prefer.
Yep. Most of them use fake numbers that were never issued. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because probably employers don't even verify those social security numbers. But they're still paying payroll taxes. They're still paying social security taxes, which again, they will never see in their life.
Taxpayer, 10 times more money?
My point, as it has been from the beginning, is that you need screening procedures for immigration.
So you're saying Border Patrol is failing then to screen these people properly? Is that the accusation you're making?
They're paying taxes. Yes, the IRS is well aware. Yes. Also, chat, every dollar that is put into the IRS to go after tax sheets and everything, it brings back $7. As long as they're paying, they don't say shit. I agree.
I'm making the case that Border Patrol certainly is failing.
How do you know that? Because you talked to a couple Border Patrol agents? You know, that is so insulting to our Border Patrols fighting every day on the front lines. You think they're not screening these people and they're being bamboozled by some people claiming asylum and tricking them?
No, because...
Okay, this is actually a hilarious argument. I do this shit all the time too, where I turn it around on them and say, oh, you don't think that cops are doing their job, blah, 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 and get them to paint them in a corner to say something bad about things that they support, when in reality that they they aren't saying anything bad about it. It just gets them flustered, and you can really get an opportunity to take advantage of them. Yo, what's up, Otto? Can I get the vid link? It's there. It's there, Otto. It's pinned.
Literally today, the FBI announced that an Afghan national was let in without vetting and tried to plan a terrorist attack on election day. Oh, it's just one. So it's
one guy.
During the Biden administration, Border Patrol encountered 1,903 individuals with potential terrorist ties compared to 1,432 during the Trump administration. Thank you. No problem, Otto.
You know how many terrorists were caught by the border under Trump?
There are over
zero.
There are over 3.
At least we're catching.
These individuals were listed in the terrorist screening data set, which includes known or suspected terrorists and their affiliates, and between ports of entry.
There are over 3. First of all, it's not true because a huge number of people, we don't know who they are coming across the border between ports of entry. Second of all, you're talking in this country right now at least 300,000 minors. We have no idea where they are.
Oh, that is nonsense.
Department of Homeland Security Inspector General report found that ICE cannot always track the status and locations of unaccompanied migrant children in the U.S.
That is nonsense.
No, it is. It is ICE has lost track of them because it's voluntary for them to keep in touch with the system. They are not.
The IG called the issue urgent and noted that 32,000 children missed in immigration court hearings and 291,000 were never served a court notice. The IG also warned that children who miss court are at higher risk for trafficking, exploitation, and
they're released to their sponsors who have to go through background checks. No
exploitation or other means. Also, we talked about this. The minors are probably in the mines. Yeah, that's true. No, we talked about this during the fucking debate. That 300,000 number is very misleading. There's actually like 30,000 that they don't have track of, and 291,000 weren't served notice. So we don't actually know. What the fuck was it? I want to make sure I get this right. Claims that more than 300,000 migrant children are missing lack context. 320,000, blah, blah, blah. Claim Biden administration lost more than 300,000. Facts. Claim misrepresents information in an August report published by the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Inspector General, which faulted Immigration and Customs Enforcement for failing to consistently monitor the location and status of unaccompanied migrant children once they are released from federal government custody. The report noted that more than 291,000 unaccompanied migrant children had not, as of May 24th, received a notice to appear in court. That does not mean that they don't know where they are. They just haven't received a fucking notice. More than 32,000 unaccompanied migrant children got a notice to appear, but then failed to show up for the immigration court hearings. So 32,000 were served a notice to appear in court, but didn't show up. And 291,000 have not received that notice. That does not mean that they're lost. A friend of mine is a BP supervisor, and his mission is the space between New Mexico and Texas. He monitors the inaccessible space. I have some stories about walking around on the border with him that would put Shapiro's argument to shame. In regards to what? Like, put his arguments to shame as in, like, the shit that they've seen, or that there's, like, nobody that comes through that part of the border?
They don't.
You think 300,000 minors are lost in America? Are you crazy?
I'm saying that I'm not.
The thousands of people pouring through. Yeah, I don't think it's thousands of people fucking pouring through. Or are you saying that your buddy says that thousands of people pour through?
Saying that the Department of Justice
next thing you're going to tell me there's 19,000 murderers, right? Is that the next talking point?
No, that is not the next talking point.
Okay.
But you're going to have to explain to me why it is okay for literally tens of thousands of minors to be checked out to majors, to people who are above majority age, and then for the government to not, when I say lose track, I don't mean minors
checked out to their sponsor.
No, there are hundreds at most, and the majority of them get caught. Yeah, no, that's my thought process as well.
Who goes through a background check? Is that what you mean?
They do not go through.
How do you know that?
Because they're not checking in. A huge number of people.
Oh, it's voluntary.
The IG made clear that the onus is on ICE and the Department of Health and Human Services to ensure the safety of the children.
voluntary. Why does our law allow for it to be voluntary then if it's not working?
The law should not allow for it to be voluntary.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, in some cases, it is not voluntary.
So,
and in fact, human trafficking is going on at scale.
It sounds like you're upset when the problem doesn't exist. What is this problem?
Why are you okay with minors who are being checked out to people of majority age who then don't check in with the government? Is that okay with you?
I'm okay with minors.
Ben, you don't give a fuck about children either. You don't give a shit about migrant children either because they're brown. You don't fucking care. You literally advocate for the evisceration of brown children literally every fucking day in Gaza. You don't give a shit about brown children, Ben.
Being checked out to their sponsors who go through background checks who are usually family.
The Office of Refugee Resettlement places unaccompanied children with sponsors, including those unrelated to them. All sponsors undergo an assessment process, criminal and sex offender checks, and a background check on other adults in the care plan. We used to play Ingress together, and one of the locations we went was super close to the no man's land, but still in public land. We got swarmed by BPA agents on ATVs in seconds. Yeah. I mean, you literally see that all the time in the ride-alongs and shit. They swarm people immediately. But of course, you would get swarmed on all the time.
Members, people that know them. You think it's just some random? You think I can go pick up a undocumented immigrant child right now?
No.
Unrelated sponsors must also be fingerprinted with results cross-checked against FBI, state, and DHS records.
But I do know that has happened to tens of thousands of kids in this country.
Really? So you think they're just being released to random people?
They're being released to people who claim that they are relatives, and in many cases, they are not necessarily relatives.
How do you know that?
Because they are not checking in for their follow-up appointments.
Oh, because they're not checking in for the voluntary follow-up appointments. So you're assuming the worst. You're assuming they're probably being kidnapped and trafficked.
I'm happy for you that you're assuming the best as to what happens with minor children.
I'm always going to assume the best about my fellow Americans. And of course, if these people are their sponsors and their background checks by these agencies, I'm going to assume the best. Unlike you, that's a weird thing to assume all this weird stuff.
No, actually, what's kind of weird to me is that you assume that anybody who picks up a kid without proper verification background check doesn't check in once at a time.
They literally did. They literally do background checks on these people that get fucking picked up. Ben, you're literally lying again.
Proper verification and background check?
What do you know about the parents? What do you know about the people who are picking them up? What do you know about the cousins?
I've read that these people go through background checks and they are sponsors, usually family members. You don't sound like you read anything about this. You just have some fantasy you made up about me being able to go pick up an undocumented child. Why don't you and I go try to get one later? We'll see what happens.
I have a question. Where are you possibly coming up with that since I've actually said the opposite?
You want me to name the article? You can go Google it yourself. Maybe you'll learn something.
Which article specifically are you talking about?
Ben, when you get home, go on Google and type in, how are undocumented migrants' children released and what is the process? You'll read all about it.
I can read all about it. And one of the things that I've read is that the immigration services in this country have not done proper follow-up.
Well, you read it on Gateway Pundit or
No,
what?
On Wall Street Journal, at the Department of Justice, in all of the legal claims by the federal government. Yes, this is in the New York Times. Okay,
so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. 300,000 children are being exploited in America right now.
That is not the claim.
Okay,
the claim is that the federal government does not know where they are.
Oh, God, Ben is so fucking annoying. No shit, which is why I kind of didn't want to do this, but yet we're here doing this.
That is the claim,
So this is the problem with fucking debate lords is they can never be wrong. They can never be like, oh, that's actually a good point. They can never like rationally actually talk things out. They're always right, no matter what. And they're going to fight tooth and nail to prove that they're right, which is why Destiny has become such a fucking pariah because he can't shut the fuck up. He comes up with a claim in his mind and then searches for all the evidence to prove that his claim is correct. Sounds like the human version of the dial-up internet sound or like the human version of the emergency alert sound. Also, Ben Shapiro, the only reason people laud him is because he speaks really fucking fast. Like Shane said yesterday when we watched it yesterday, he just speaks really fast and really confidently, and people always assume like, oh, he's speaking fast and confidently. That means he's correct.
Absolutely right. Do you know where they are? Do you think the federal government knows where all of them are?
The federal government should be tracking
I have a question. I think that the federal government has a responsibility to release children who come across the border only to people for whom there is follow-up available. Yes, and I find it very bizarre that you're totally fine with people signing off on handing over children to people who merely claim to be relatives without any follow-up whatsoever.
Why do you say merely claim? You don't know what that background check is.
Because usually you should have evidence that that is in fact the case.
How do you know it's not?
why is the assumption that it is?
Your claim is that people are taking out kids like library books and not providing the proper identification and background information.
Your lack of concern about what happens to those kids when proper verification and follow-up is not done seems disquieting
you guys create fantasies.
Dude, this is crazy that the Charlie Kirk Jubilee was better. The Charlie Kirk Jubilee, Charlie Kirk actually did better than Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's flailing a little bit here. I'm sure he's still a little rattled from the fucking Shane interaction, but god damn, Ben Shapiro is fucking rattled.
Scenarios where things that aren't happening. Are there cases where some children are going to be exploited? Of course, there's tons of people in this country.
So
we're
the
third largest country in the world.
So what should we do to stop that?
Well, you sound very passionate about this. Maybe you should write your congress member and say we should tighten up these laws and make it mandatory instead of voluntary.
In order to do that, one of the things you might want to do, close the border.
The border is closed, Ben.
No, it is certainly not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The border is closed, which is why we have incidents that we can literally track migrant children. If the border wasn't closed, we wouldn't have these situations where Border Patrol agents literally interact with people crossing the border. If the border was not closed, these interactions wouldn't fucking happen. So you're literally claiming that it's not fucking closed. If it was an open border, Border Patrol agents would not interact with these fucking people.
It is certainly not closed.
Do you think the border was closed under Trump?
No, I don't think it was fully closed under Trump.
Oh, so you say Trump failed at closing the border?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Donald Trump should have done more to close the border.
Why would you want him back in there if he's going to fail again?
Because he did a better job than Joe Biden, who let in 6.5 million illegal immigrants.
Joe Biden has the exact same border encounters right now as Trump at the end of his administration.
I have a question.
If Trump was on pace to let in 900,000, if that was the case, a year.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Why is it that after a president allows in, through pure executive order negligence, having walked back the executive orders that created the policies that you're now praying, I mean, if you want to call it purposeful, call it purposeful. They were, on day one, they reneged on Remain in Mexico. They changed the standards by which asylum was claimed.
Mexico's got to play. It takes two to tango. Mexico didn't want anything to do with Remain in Mexico.
In January 2019, the Trump administration launched the Remain in Mexico policy, officially known as Migrant Protection Protocols, requiring asylum seekers at the southern border to wait in Mexico for their court dates. That sounds like the United States is trying to, force Mexico to do shit. The last I checked, Mexico is its own sovereign nation.
Remain in Mexico was the American policy. It was Joe Biden who walked out on Remain in Mexico.
There's also a small...
President Biden ended the program upon taking office. The Mexican government opposes reinstating it, and about 84,500 people were impacted by the policy.
A number of people. It's like a couple tens of thousands of people.
The unprecedented level of illegal immigration is apparently totally fine with you under Joe Biden.
No, listen, we need more people in this country, Ben. There's no legal means for them to come in that are reasonable. So these people are forced to come in through the southern border because there's no other way.
There are hundreds of thousands of people who come into this country every year legally on visas.
Yes, and that process is difficult. We need a lot more people than hundreds of thousands.
So you're making a case for broadening legal immigration,
yes,
but you are not setting any standard or numbers by which we are supposed to adjudicate whether this is good or bad.
That's not my job. All I know is it's too difficult right now.
So you're not making an argument at all. You're making an argument that basically we should just legalize everybody who wants to come into the country.
Yes, that's exactly what we should fucking do. Because you can fit literally every human being on this earth in the state of fucking Texas. We have so much fucking room and we're so fucking rich. Why would we not take more workers?
Not at all. I'm fine with the number.
You have not set a number. You have not set a standard. You have suggested you're utterly fine with what happens to minors if they are released to adults without proper evidence.
I have not.
You have not suggested.
All right, let's set the standard. Are they breathing? Are they breathing? If they're breathing, then we should allow them into the country and contribute to the betterment of our society. You fit everyone in the world in LA. There could be 6 feet of space in between each person. Wait, really? Is that the rule of thumb? I thought it was Texas.
No, you have suggested that there is no major problem with exploitation of children being trafficked over the border.
I'll go with Trump's number, 1 million a year, because that's what he was on pace to let in by the end of his administration. 75,000 a month equals 900,000.
That's right. Thank you. Good for you, dude.
Hey, thanks. Tara, to meet you. So I'm just really unclear about what of her policies do you think are bad? Because I'm not sure I heard that yet.
Okay, the revocation. So I think first we have to define what we think her policies are.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so there is the policy that was implemented under Joe Biden, and then there's the policy that she seems to have adopted over the course of the last 45 to 60 days when she was actually running.
Also, he's literally going to filibuster this because he has 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So he is going to frame the conversation in a way that he wants it to be framed. Just so y'all know what's about to happen.
For president, where she seems to have adopted many of the prior immigration policies of the Trump administration. So which one do you think is actually her position is sort of the open question about Kamala Harris? I'm assuming that the record of the Biden administration provides a pretty good track record as to what she would do with the border where she made president.
I mean, I think what's really clear that I feel like you've overlooked a lot is that a lot of the things that Joe Biden has done that you don't love are because he first tried to do things the right way through legislation. But Congress won't do it. So I guess my question for you is, what would your plan be for Kamala if not to try to get a law through Congress when Congress won't pass them?
I'm perfectly happy for trying to get a law through Congress, provided I, actually like the law. I mean,
yeah, sure.
But if you're talking about what she could do day one, I mean, she could actually continue to enforce the newfound enthusiasm for border security in the run-up to the election that Joe Biden has now implemented.
Well,
to remain in Mexico,
your
revising asylum, and all the rest of that.
Setting aside your characterization,
I mean, that's actually what he did.
How? Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Remain in Mexico,
which is fraught with rape.
Remain Okay, and it is also a fact of the matter that if you're talking about controlling the border, remain in Mexico is a better way to control the border than simply releasing people into the interior with a come back to court date.
So you feel that would be better?
Chat, 98% of the people that get a court date actually show up and appear. So when people throw that shit in your face, you throw that back at them and be like, 98% of people show up to their court dates. 98 fucking %. Also, why should Mexico have to deal with migrants that are not from Mexico? No, I agree. But again, Ben Shapiro doesn't believe that Mexico is its own sovereign country. Yeah. Ben Shapiro and all conservatives don't believe that Mexico is its own sovereign country, just like Twitch doesn't believe I'm my own sovereign person. So I have to run top of the hour ad breaks because at the top of every hour, I run a 3-minute ad to avoid pre-roll ads for any new viewers. If you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription. Or you can get lucky and get gifted a sub, or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos and Amazon to your favorite streamer. Hopefully that's not me. If it's not me, hopefully it's SCow or Kiko. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now. LOL, a bit of a stretch, but witty. I didn't hear it, so I can't rate it. That's the point. You just fucking rate it. Also, SCow, I've talked to Kiko, and I think we're going to get 10 out of 10. Yeah, thank you, Kiko. We're going to get a bot that rates my ad segues. So people will rate it with a something /10, and then we're going to have the bot average it out. But we need more people in the chat, unfortunately, for that to work. Because the way Hassan's works is it needs a minimum of 40 ratings for it to work.
Better than, say, funding border security and related agencies to house those people safely?
It is generally not a matter of funding at the border. It really is not.
Then what is it?
It is a matter of how asylum is actually interpreted. So the way that asylum was interpreted for a long time was that you had to show by a preponderance of the evidence that you actually had a legitimate asylum claim.
That's not that different now.
And
it's not that different. No.
Yeah.
This claim is over. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It was getting good though.
See, this is bullshit. Like, fucking let them finish the talking point at least. Let them fucking finish the talking point at least, especially if they're fucking dunking on Ben Shapiro, to be honest with you. You need to push your streams and vids on the blue sky? Really? Would that work? Should we push like my clips and shit on the blue sky? Because I could do that. It works for Thor? Who's Thor?
My next claim is the Israel-Hamas war would not have started under Donald Trump.
Chat, the Israel-Hamas war started because of Donald Trump, because Donald Trump enabled a far-right Jewish supremacist government to form within Israel and literally enacted every policy that that far-right Israeli government wanted to happen. For example, the American embassy being moved to Jerusalem, and that basically says that Jerusalem is the de facto capital of Israel, even though Jerusalem is split down the middle between Israel and Palestine.
It's good. This process has gotten more conciliatory over the course of time.
Okay, so what evidence do you have to support that claim?
Okay, so the latest reports from the New York Times of internal papers from Yahya Sinwar suggested that he was essentially
Pirate software. Oh, when he moved the embassy to Jerusalem, I thought the war was starting right then. No, I agree. Here we go. Yep, here we go, Kiko.
essentially counting on Iranian interference and help with the October 7th attacks, and that was incentivized by the fact that Iran was attempting to forestall any sort of deal between Israel and the Saudi government for Saudi to join the Abraham Accords. It was very well known at the time, and I happen to know, that the Saudi government was very much ready to join the Abraham Accords if Donald Trump had been reelected. If that had happened, that would have forestalled.
The Abraham Accords were a treaty between Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Morocco, Bahrain, and Sudan to normalize relations and promote peace and religious understanding among the nations. There are ongoing efforts to normalize relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Also, do you notice the one place that isn't mentioned within the Abraham Accords? Fucking Palestine. Why didn't they have Palestine part of these talks? I remember when I was in Jerusalem in the 90s, we had to ask for permission from Palestine to go to the Wailing Wall. Yes. Yeah, the Wailing Wall is in Palestine, isn't it? It's in East Jerusalem. But East Jerusalem neighborhoods and shit are getting fucking eviscerated by Israeli settlers constantly.
Stalled Hamas action because the incentive to have done what happened on October 7th would largely have been gone at that point. The entire purpose of that attack was to prevent the formation of a broader Sunni-Israeli alliance in the Middle East.
Do you think the incentive of October 7th was simply Iranian plot?
I think that the Iranians were certainly interested in facilitating the Hamas attacks, and without Iranian support, it would have been very difficult for Hamas
I want to ask you, do you think that...
Also, didn't Israel and the United States and Iran vociferously say that Iran wasn't involved in the October 7th incident? If I remember that correctly, I'm pretty sure pretty much every country that was involved said that Iran wasn't involved in October 7th. Palestine never denied a Jewish person an access to the wall, but if any Muslim wants to go to the temple now, they get spat on. Yeah. That's because fucking Jewish supremacy within Israel. They think they're better than people of Islamic descent. Again, I've talked about this multiple times on stream. You cannot tell the difference between an Israeli and a Palestinian, which is why they have ID checkpoints throughout fucking everywhere to make sure to verify if someone's Israeli Jew or Israeli Arab, which they can't. They don't even say Israeli Arab. They say they're Marahi Jew. I think I'm missing some letters. Mizrahi Jew, something like that. Yeah, Mizrahi. Yeah, Mizrahi Jew, because they don't they use the word Arab as a fucking slur.
The conditions in Gaza in any way factor into October 7th?
I mean, I think that the conditions in Gaza certainly factor into support for Hamas. As far as the specific attack of October 7th as opposed to rocket attacks, the distinction between, for example, continuous rocket attacks that have been happening since 2006 when Hamas took over the Gaza Strip and the wide-scale terror assault of October 7th is sort of a difference in kind.
Now, since 2005, what has Israel done to the Gaza Strip to formulate or allow kind of the otherization of the Palestinian people who live in the Gaza Strip?
Well, I mean, in 2006, Hamas took over, promptly killed everybody who's associated with the Palestinian Authority.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. There was a fucking coup against Hamas because Hamas literally won the fucking elections. And the fucking coup was facilitated and encouraged by the United States of America. Hamas took control of Gaza in 2006 after it defeated its rival political party, Fatah, in elections. Hamas then defeated Fatah's militias after a week of fighting. According to the Council of Foreign Relations, Palestinians have not voted for legislature since 2006, nor a president since 2008.
He has never held an election since and has been running the place with an iron fist.
No, I want to understand now, with an iron fist, is Hamas the one who is putting forth the land, sea, and air blockade in the Gaza Strip?
The land, sea, and air blockade is specifically because Hamas is in control of the Gaza Strip.
Now, I'm confused because if we expect that the October 7th attacks only happened because Iranian influence in the area, I don't see how 17 years of a land, air, sea blockade will happen if that's not a symptom to allowing people basically pressure cook its way into something like that happen.
Okay, the idea that October 7th was specifically as an incident caused by movement between Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah, and coordination between those groups for geopolitical reasons is the claim. If the claim that you're making is that October 7th was sort of an inevitability based on the conditions on the ground in the Gaza Strip, that's not exactly how I think foreign policy works.
No, I'm saying...
No, that's literally how foreign policy works. If you continue to fucking put people into a corner, they're gonna fucking lash out eventually. That's literally what happened with Al-Qaeda, with Osama bin Laden. It's called blowback, Ben. It's called fucking blowback. Blows my mind how scared people get when they see a woman wearing a hijab. Yeah.
Foreign policy works in the sense that you can't ignore the overlying...
Oh, that's not hijab. Is that niqab?
Cause of an issue. So now when we talk about the Abraham Accords, do you not think that the Palestinian people not involved in the Abraham Accords plays any part into the region remaining unstable, specifically with these two groups of people?
The region got specifically much more stable while Donald Trump was president because of the Abraham Accords.
With again, I don't know how you can go and quantify that when the Palestinian people are not involved. 2023 was the deadliest year for Palestinian children on October 6th, according to a UN report published on October 6th. Now, if we go and keep ignoring the Palestinian problem, then I don't understand how we can continue to act like forging partnerships between Gulf Arab countries is going to promote stability to the region when we're leaving out 2 million people in Gaza and then 2 million people in the West Bank.
It was promoting a lot more stability in the region. For the Saudis, for the Bahrainis, for the UAE.
And then, yeah, October 7th still, you're telling me October 7th still happened because of geopolitical reasons in that area. If the Palestinians are not addressed in the Abraham Accords, why do you think that there was a need for October 7th to happen?
I mean, the reason October 7th happened was specifically because of the confluence of Palestinian desire to put the issue of Palestinians back on the front pages and an Iranian desire to use that as a wedge issue to destroy the Abraham Accords.
Front pages as opposed to what? As opposed to it being silenced through political plays under Donald Trump to promote these Abraham Accords that, again, don't achieve the root issue of the problem.
It's actually a pretty good argument. But niqab is like what Iman wears. The head covering, she wears it by her own choice. Yeah. Yeah, Palestine, they mostly wear it by their own choice, right? I know Iran has some laws on it, and the youth within Iran pushed back on it recently. And then actually one of the young women that were activists against it ended up being fucking murdered in entertainment, didn't they?
Problem. The Palestinian people cannot be left out of the table when it comes to resolution or an accord dealing with the conflict.
I mean, okay, so the root issue of which problem specifically?
Of the problem. Do you agree with the legal settlements in the West Bank?
With the illegal settlements? I mean, so it is...
Do you consider the settlements illegal?
No.
Under international law, it's considered illegal.
That is not true.
I mean, the U.S.
Yes, it does. Literally under international law, it's considered illegal settlements within the West Bank. And under international law, Palestinians have the right to push back on these Israeli settlements because that is called an occupation. There are approximately 520,000 Jews living in settlements in the West Bank, which are legal under Israeli law, but considered illegal under international law. The UN, EU, and US have all said the settlements are illegal. One time, Ben Shapiro said, "Who gives a damn about international law?" Yes, Ben Shapiro also said that.
And the UN and most international foreign bodies have decided that those settlements are legal. Now, do you think that is just the case of...
I think the UN is trash. But
so that's what I was going to say, is that...
Wait, did he say I think the UN is trash? Really? You think the UN is fucking trash? The UN is a conglomeration of every country within the world so that we avoid a fucking world war. You're thinking the UN is fucking trash? He only thinks it's trash because a lot of the UN is made up of brown people. And Ben Shapiro is scared of brown people.
If the UN is trash,
yes.
If nobody around this area can be brokered into as a third party, if Israel's not allowing third-party investigators to come to the Gaza Strip and determine what's happening there, who can justify, who can have the moral authority in the region and say that this is what's happening, that this is a reason of this, or that putting them towards the backside of the conflict is this reason? I need to understand from you, what's your prescription for that?
Oh yeah, Africa is getting super based on the global scene. Yeah.
Area for the Palestinian people. Are you like Ben Gvir, who says that there's three options: willful emigration of the Palestinian people, like live under subjugation as a second-class citizen of Israeli rule, or third, die? What's the option?
No, I mean, moderating and then electing a government that is worthy of actually governing its people and not stealing billions of dollars from its people, either the Palestinian Authority, Islamic Jihad, or Hamas, would be an...
Wait, Ben Shapiro, you live in the United States. The government literally steals billions of dollars from us all the time and hands it to fucking rich people constantly. So you can't really fucking say anything like that.
Excellent start.
So Israel was literally paying Hamas millions, if not billions of fucking dollars constantly.
So I need to understand, do you feel like they have the opportunity to do so when they're under the subjugation of 17 years of a blockade by an occupying power? If for 17 years, since the disengagement of Israeli settlements in the Gaza Strip, Israel was able, by the flick of a switch, to turn off the electricity, water supply, and fuel reserves. Right now, we know that in the north of Gaza, up until today, 2 weeks went by where no humanitarian aid was going in. There is no Rafah border anymore. There is no humanitarian.
According to the Red Cross, the Rafah border crossing has been closed for 3 months. The Red Cross also said the monthly number of trucks entering Gaza has been reduced by 63% since October 7th, 2023. Chat, the number is, originally they allowed 500 trucks across the border into Gaza Strip, but now it's like 20. It's like 20 every day. That's 500 trucks a day, and now it is 20. At least that was the last that I saw. But it's a ridiculously low number for fucking starving people.
And going through there, it's been demolished.
Okay,
and then in the other,
it's not true that humanitarian aid is not going in. Actually, just a couple of days ago, 100 trucks.
Couple of days ago, because since October 1st, there was no aid going to the northern part of Gaza.
Because there are.
According to the UN, acting under Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, no food entered North Gaza from October 2nd to the 15th. The Security Secretary Musa, whatever, also said less than a third of the 286 humanitarian missions coordinated with Israeli authorities in the first 2 weeks of October were facilitated without major incidents or delays. I'm sorry I butchered that person's name, but I saw that 70% of the bill for the hostilities has been paid for by the U.S. I think that's stealing from me because I get no benefit from my tax money being used that way. No, you get the benefit by, having a unsinkable aircraft carrier in a oil-rich area, and you pay for gas. Which the gas companies control the prices of, and the United States government doesn't actually have any control of that. But yeah, no, you totally have benefits. We get our freedom. You're damn right, brother. We get our freedom. We're spreading freedom and democracy.
Ongoing anti-terror operations in the north of Gaza.
So does that mean that the civilians who are in the northern Gaza are not subject to humanitarian aid because there's a military action by an occupying force?
It means that there's no actual excellent way of distributing that aid. This has been a major problem with the humanitarian aid throughout. The last time.
That's because Israel continues to fucking eviscerate Palestinian officials. Dude, there was literally Palestinian officials and authorities that were trying to hand out humanitarian aid, and Israelis were literally sniping them because they had guns. They were literally the police force, and Israel was fucking sniping out the police force that was trying to distribute the humanitarian aid or bomb U.S. citizens delivering food. Yeah.
Time they sent 100 trucks, this is what I was going to mention. They sent 100 trucks of humanitarian aid in just a couple of days ago.
Before October 7th, 500 trucks were needed to sustain life in Gaza. 100 trucks were supposed to say thank you.
At least half of the aid is being stolen by Hamas and then resold at higher prices.
I need you to understand that almost every international humanitarian rights group says that this humanitarian crisis is man-made. It is man-made.
I agree that it's man-made.
And I know who you think the man is.
Yes.
I'm telling you, there's only.
It's not Hamas.
Oh my God, Ben, shut the absolute the fuck up.
Does Hamas have any agency here at all?
I'm telling you that right now. If you want
the Palestinians have any agency here at all?
The Palestinians absolutely have agency, but again, with an
No, the Palestinians don't have any agency. That's the problem. If the Palestinians had agency, they'd be able to control their own. They'd be able to control their own borders and have their own military and be able to defend themselves or be able to actually govern for themselves. Palestinians don't have any agency at all, which is why they were left out of the fucking Abraham Accords. If they had agency, this wouldn't be a fucking problem because they'd be able to choose their own fucking path. Hearing all this stuff just makes me stand happy with my decision. Just voted today. Nice, Manu. Also, I'm glad you voted.
Occupying force, what does the agency limit to? If a Gaza fisherman can't go 6 miles past the nautical line that Israel has arbitrarily placed, what agency is there to
Why do you think that Israel placed that line?
Again, that's what I'm telling you, is that how
Just
do you
for fun
expect,
or what? Do
again,
you think Israel wants soldiers in the Gaza Strip?
Again, here's the thing. I know that high level cabinet members in the Israeli government right now is saying that we're going to resettle in Gaza. That this is the plan. That we're not going to release.
Position in the Israeli government.
Do you agree with that position?
No, with the resettlement of the Gaza Strip, no.
Okay, so you want the Gaza Strip to remain Palestinian land?
I'm perfectly happy for it not to remain Israeli land, but that doesn't mean that it can be governed by the current entities that the Palestinians are choosing to govern themselves. The last entity they did.
They didn't choose to govern. The average age of the Gaza Strip is literally 18. 18 years ago was 2006. That was the last time there was an election in the Gaza Strip. After that, Israel didn't allow any further fucking elections. So the people that live in Gaza right now have not chosen their fucking government.
Pulled out in 2005, a terrorist group now ruled the region and then promptly used it to build kilometers of terror tunnels that outsize the London subway network.
I want you to understand, Ben, that there is no way for any type of democratic institution or process to happen in the Gaza Strip when there's an occupying force who will go and subvert it. If you have Israeli parliament
so they don't have agency.
If you have, I mean, it's hard to when there's an occupying force under your throat.
Believe it or not, it actually is not that hard not to vote for terrorists.
It 100%.
It is not.
It's not. It's 100%.
Terrorist is just an arbitrary term that people will use to designate people that they don't agree with so that they can justify all the brutality that they inflict on the said terrorist.
100% impossible for you to go and make that distinction when there is no alternative. Right now,
that is not true. There's not an alternative.
No, there is no alternative to life under no occupation for the Gaza Strip. Again, I'm asking you simply, is that right now, if you have Israeli parliament members, Knesset members who are saying that we plan on resettling Gaza, that this is not Israeli
a government position.
No,
yes,
again, these are people who can fracture the government of Israel.
You know, it is a government position. The government of Hamas that is currently holding 100 hostages, including babies. This war would be over today.
Israel is holding 9,000 hostages. A lot of Palestinian children and women, and beating them mercilessly. Women are getting sexually assaulted. Children are getting beat constantly. They're being tortured and everything.
And the hostages should be released, and no civilians should be involved in the conflict.
Should Hamas surrender?
So I want to
ask you. Surrender?
I think that there should be no civilians involved in this.
Should Hamas surrender?
Surrender to who?
To the Israeli government.
Will the Israeli government stop bombarding civilians if that is? Because
if
right
Hamas
now,
surrenders, yes.
Because right now we saw the march.
That's not true. That's not true. If Hamas surrendered, Israel would continue to fucking bombard civilians. Like Israel literally has continued to say that they are trying to ethnically cleanse and move as many people out of the Gaza Strip as possible. It's a land grab. It's a 100% a fucking land grab.
From the north to the south of Gaza. And
yeah, they killed Yawar Sinwar and are still doing shit. Yeah, they literally keep killing the people that are involved in peace negotiations. If you're killing somebody that's involved in peace negotiations, you don't want fucking peace.
They said that the whole goal of this war was to what? Was to return the hostages, correct?
I mean, there was a dual goal. One was to destroy Hamas,
now,
and the other was to return the
hostages. See,
hostages.
that's the thing. When I come to the table to argue with someone, I want to assume that there's good faith, not that there's a dual goal or dual ambitions in the process.
Of course there's a dual goal.
Because
if there were no hostages, the singular goal would be the destruction of Hamas.
Okay, now understand this. Netanyahu will continue to project this war because he's facing crime and bribery charges. So there's no, again, I need to understand, Ben, if there was
a full-on unity government in Israel, including his opposition until a couple of months ago.
And so his unity government will not let him end this war, except the ceasefire deal, because they can fracture the government. Yes or no?
No.
Can Ben Gvir, if he decides to call for snap elections, can him and Smotrich not decide that this is what we want to do, and Benjamin Netanyahu is immediately supposed to run for prime minister?
If there were snap elections today, Netanyahu, first of all, is leading in the polls. But even if he's not leading in the polls,
Netanyahu's not leading in the polls at all. The Israeli people fucking hate Netanyahu. They hate him. He would not fucking win at all, which is why he continues this fucking war.
Benny Gantz, Gadi Eisenkot, Naftali Bennett, people who are actually running in the election against Bibi Netanyahu, would be pursuing extremely similar policies in the Gaza Strip simply because Israel cannot allow.
I mean, it is true. If Netanyahu didn't win, they would still be pursuing the same shit in the fucking Gaza Strip because liberal Zionism is still fucking Zionism, and they believe in the full-on occupation and Jewish supremacy of the area. LOL, the others think he's doing too much or not enough. Yes. Yeah. Most of them are usually thinking he's not doing enough.
Hamas to continue to govern the Gaza Strip.
Awesome. So then the hostages are placed second.
And the people that think he's doing too much say, you're saying the quiet part out loud. Stop saying the quiet part out loud. Let us quietly continue the genocide and ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people within the area.
Into this. So this isn't about, there can't be dual goals.
Of course there can.
How?
Why could there not be two
Because
dual
one
goals?
of these goals is completely antithetical to returning to the last one.
What? How?
Because
in fact, they are deeply connected. If Hamas does not surrender, how are the hostages getting back?
Again, I'm saying because every operation that dealt with returning the hostages involved the death of arguably more civilians and more hostages in the area.
Benny isn't genociding fast enough, the most liberal Israeli. Exactly, Otto.
Yep.
Good to meet you.
Hey, Ben, nice to meet you. So just returning to the prompt that the war in Gaza wouldn't have started if Trump were president.
Yes.
the reason that I disagree with that so vehemently is just looking at history. I don't think that the bombing of the Beirut embassy would have happened if Jimmy Carter had won in 1980. I don't think that Nixon is responsible for the Six-Day War. I don't think, for the Yom Kippur War. I don't think that if Dewey had defeated Truman, that Israel wouldn't be independent. Israel is a sovereign state. They make their own decisions based on their own security issues. We're both Jewish men. I think we can both say that Jews are very independent and that we don't need to be told what the U.S. government wants to be able to make our own decisions. So for all those reasons, again, just looking at the history of the
most average liberal. What is this person saying? Is this person saying that it's the United States can't actually tell Israel what to do? Because it's happened historically speaking. And it's kind of hilarious that he keeps pointing to historical perspectives and doesn't talk about how in 2021, Joe Biden literally picked up the phone and told Benjamin Netanyahu to stop fucking bombarding Gaza after the Al-Aqsa arrests and shit and the tear gassing shit during, was it Ramadan? Also, fucking Ronald Reagan did the same shit when fucking Israel was bombarding Lebanon as well.
The region and how all these other wars develop because of situations on the ground. I just think that it's unfair to say that either political party in the United States is responsible for the war-making policy of the Israeli government, whoever is in charge.
Okay, but
Israel is a welfare state. Israel only exists because the United States continues to fund it.
We're not discussing the war-making policy, which was a response to October 7th. The claim was really whether October 7th would have been launched by Hamas, knowing that Israel has complete military superiority over Hamas, which Hamas must have known. Why that gets launched.
Okay, Ben, why have you not thought about this? If Hamas knows that Israel has complete military superiority, why would they approve of an October 7th incident? If they know they're going to get eviscerated by it, why would they do that? Is there a chance that they've been pushed into a corner by the occupying force of Israel? Maybe. Is that possibly the case, Ben? Have you ever thought about that part?
On October 7th, why that didn't happen, for example, under Donald Trump or any time in the intervening 17 years from when Hamas took over the Gaza Strip. And the rationale that I'm suggesting is that basically the Biden administration came in, they decided to take an antithetical view to the Saudi government, not just the Israeli government. They came in, they were very unfriendly to Saudi Arabia, for example, delisting the Houthis as a terrorist group. They started to draw closer to the Iranian.
The Houthis were literally being genocided by fucking Saudi Arabia. So to designate the Houthis as a fucking terrorist group is fucking psychotic because they're getting eviscerated by Saudi Arabia by American weapons.
An attempt to pursue a revision of the JCPOA. They attempted to draw distance between themselves and the Israeli government. Hamas saw this, Hamas and Iran saw this, and they decided that the best way to put pressure on the Abraham Accords more generally and to forestall any prospective peace deal between the Saudis and the Israelis would be to launch the attack right now.
See, and what I would argue is what was much more relevant to the launching of the attack on October 7th was Yahya Sinwar being released by the Israeli government in exchange for the name of the soldier is escaping me. Gilad Shalit. Thank you.
That happened 10 years ago. I mean, that was 2000.
I know, and I think you would acknowledge that the sophistication of this plan would have taken years. I don't think it was planned in relation to anything the U.S. government was doing. Again, I point to all of these other attacks and wars that happened over the year that had nothing to do with who was in power in the White House. It had to do with specific situations between the Palestinians and the Israelis. And I just don't think it's helpful for us to pretend that the U.S. is the determining factor in this war. I think you would agree.
The U.S. is the determining factor because they keep fucking enabling Israel and funding and providing military equipment to Israel to continue to eviscerate Palestinian civilians as well as Lebanese civilians at this point.
Well, the reason it's helpful, I think, is because when it comes to foreign policy, this goes to sort of a root issue about foreign policy that's rather interesting to discuss, and that is the belief that when the United States draws away from American allies, when the United States draws significant distance with American allies, particularly in regions...
Whoa, drawing away from American allies, that's Trump that did that. He's the one that says NATO's a bad idea and us being allies and having an internationalist foreign policy is a bad thing.
To be fair, the actual policy of President Trump, which was to actually increase the...
NATO guidelines state member countries should spend 2% of their GDP on defense. From 2016 to 2020, NATO countries increased overall defense spending by $50 billion, partly due to Trump's urging and partly in response to Russia's annexation of Crimea and the rise in security concerns in Europe. Also, Russia can't even get through Ukraine. There's no fucking way Russia's going to march into fucking Europe.
Each NATO nation into NATO.
No. That was Obama. That was Obama in 2014. Okay. Yeah, it was.
They increased the amount of defense
Trump
spending
ran on
under
that
NATO.
issue.
Yes, and that was what. And that's
but Obama's the one
were,
where the policy was actually implemented.
Well, no, the policy was also
about the 2% goal.
The increase happened under
and
President
on top
Trump.
of that, NATO expanded under Biden. So
NATO expanded under Biden as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It didn't expand under Biden preemptive to the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
No, I'm not arguing that. But I'm saying if the question is who has been more dedicated to our system of alliances overseas, it's clearly the Democratic Party.
I mean, that is clearly not true. If you're talking about what has effectually made American allies stronger, the answer would not be the policies.
This is a dumb argument. It has nothing to do with the fucking prompt. But to sit there and claim that Donald Trump doesn't back American allies, to sit there and claim that Donald Trump backs American allies more than Joe Biden, it's fucking crazy. Donald Trump literally begged and pleaded to be friends with Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un and loves President Xi. I also think having this strenuous relationships with Russia, North Korea, and China is fucking stupid. And that if you would actually have trade partners with these people and then run conditions with these trade partners with them, maybe you can improve their society and not have fucking madmen running these fucking countries.
The Biden administration. I mean, if we want to talk Ukraine, we can talk about the slow walking of aid to Ukraine throughout the Ukraine war. I'm a big advocate of the idea that the United States actually should have pursued a policy of rushing more aid into Ukraine and then pursuing an off-ramp as soon as possible, sort of Henry Kissinger's suggested policy early on in the war. But if
oh my God, if he's referencing Henry Kissinger and thinks it's a good idea, he's probably an idiot.
Talking about,
so then we would agree that it's a mistake for Republican congressional officials in Congress to cut aid to Ukraine. Okay.
Yes. When it comes to the Israel-Gaza war, the Israel-Hamas war, which is what this led off with.
Yeah.
Again, my contention is that the timing was driven specifically by a desperate hope by Hamas and Iran to break the burgeoning Saudi-Israeli and Sunni-Israeli.
Wow, this whole thing has just felt like a Monty Python argument sketch. Yes, it's a very circular argument and it's not really an argument. They're fucking agreeing with each other, and it's kind of fucking frustrating. Person kind of feels like a Zionist. I don't want to put that on him, but it's pretty crazy to say that the United States doesn't dictate Israeli policy, considering, historically speaking, literally United States presidents have called up Israel and said, hey, knock it off. And Israel has then knocked it off.
Israeli alliance that was happening in the Middle East. And the best way they could see to do that was to launch an attack to bring up the issue that had largely been sidelined by the Abraham Accords, because it turns out that a great way to make a deal between countries that disagree on issue A is to make a deal on issues B,
but
C, and D.
But that presumes that the Sunni American alliance against the Shia Iranian-backed alliance only started under Trump, and that's just clearly not true. We've been aligned with Sunni-led governments for at least the last 50 years.
The realignment of the Middle East under President Obama. The alliance
with Saudi Arabia goes back to World War II.
I mean, of course, that's true. It's also true that Barack Obama's distancing from Saudi Arabia.
It's actually World War I, chat. The United States alliance with Saudi Arabia goes back to World War I, when the Middle Eastern country borders were created, because the United States and British emissaries realized that there's a lot of oil in Saudi Arabia. So they became friendly with the crown prince and crown kings of Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia allowed American and British corporations to come into Saudi Arabia and get their oil and shit.
In favor of, for example, the JCPOA, which Saudi opposed, so did the Israelis, so the Bahrainis, so all the countries of the Abraham Accords. And then the return to that ideology under Joe Biden exacerbated potential conflict in the Middle East.
I don't agree with that, but if anybody else wants to go, we don't have a lot of time. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you. So I guess my first lead into this question is, can you tell me what did Trump do to potentially prevent this war from happening? And what did Biden not do, or what did he fail at that ultimately caused it to happen?
Okay, sure. So the Trump administration, by drawing closer to Saudi Arabia, by attempting to broker the Abraham Accords and successfully doing so with a multiplicity.
Okay, so I kind of want to point this out. Ben's entire argument is based on the premise that all Arab countries are the same, that all Arab people are monolithic. When he keeps saying Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates and blah, 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 he's saying that they're actually the same as Palestinian people. So if you have these agreements with Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, they're claiming that, Ben is claiming that Saudi Arabia and these countries will talk to the Palestinians and be like, hey, knock it off. Knock it off. You're being occupied, but I don't care. Just knock it off. You're ruining our bottom line. It's just fucking racist.
Of countries in the region weakened Iran. He also weakened Iran by keeping massive sanctions in place, which really prevented them from spreading terror in the same sorts of ways that they did under the Obama administration or the Biden administration as well. The Trump administration was very clearly and obviously pro-Israel in a way that the Biden administration has not been. They've been a little bit more shaded on the issue.
In what ways?
Joe Biden has literally been the most Zionist politician that has ever existed within the United States. Have a great stream, Ghosty. Always good stuff and info. Gonna hit bed for now. Good night, everyone. Good night, Manu. Hope you have a restful sleep. Anyway, Joe Biden has literally been the most ardent Zionist within the United States government since Israel has existed. Joe Biden gave a speech at AIPAC where he went too far, where AIPAC officials said, yo, ease up on, the Arab hate and saying that we need to eradicate Arab people. They literally said this to him. He went too hard. He went Zionist too hard that the Zionists were like, yo, whoa, back it up a little bit. So to claim that Biden has been anti-Israel is fucking insane. He's literally given Israel everything they wanted, despite the fact that Biden openly and publicly has said, no, we're going to talk to them and say they need to do better. And Biden continues to be like, hey, Bibi, here you go. Here's all your fucking money. And then Bibi just continues to dog walk Joe Biden.
So the United States, for example, acknowledging under Donald Trump that Jerusalem was the capital of Israel, continuation of military aid to Israel without any attempt to condition or slow walk. Joe Biden, from the very beginning of the war, was basically attempting to slow walk or condition aid based on certain
I'm going to go get water quick. I'll be
things
right
that were
back.
happening in the war. This sort of stuff and the preview of that sort of stuff before October 7th, distance that was drawn between the Israeli government and the American government leads opponents of Israel to believe that the United States is not going to be in their corner, and that leads to
Do you
to
think
greater
that the
conflict.
United States has, in any way, shape, or form, not shown that they are not in support of Israel? I mean, one of Kamala Harris's talking points every time she starts is that she believes that Israel has the right to defend itself.
I mean, so just this week, the Biden administration put forward an open threat to embargo arms to Israel earlier this year.
Because
there was
of
an actual
why?
embargo against Israel.
Because of why?
Well, I mean, they're claiming that it's because of lack of humanitarian aid in the northern Gaza
Yes.
Strip. That can be their claim. I don't actually. Okay. Anybody who claims that there's a genocide going on in the Gaza Strip does not understand the definition of the word genocide.
Don't tell me what's the definition of genocide.
A systematic destruction of every member of a population.
Is Israel a system?
But no.
Are they on their way to completing and fulfilling a
Ben, I have a question for you. Ben, I have a question for you. By your definition, the Holocaust wouldn't be considered a genocide because all Jewish people weren't eradicated. So by your definition, the Holocaust would not be considered a Jewiside. Would not be considered a genocide because all Jewish people weren't fucking eradicated. By your fucking definition, you're claiming the most horrendous genocide that has ever happened in human history is not actually a genocide. The most extreme Zionists aren't even Jewish. Yeah, correct. There are more Christian Zionists than Jewish people in the world. There are 30 million Christian Zionists within the United States, and there's like 13 to 14 million Jewish people in the world, period. There's like 9 million Jewish people in Israel, and there's like 7 million or something like that in the United States. But yeah, according to Ben Shapiro's definition, the Holocaust isn't considered a genocide. The Armenian genocide isn't considered a genocide. The Native American genocide in Canada and the United States isn't considered a genocide because Native American populations continue to exist. Like, it's fucking psychotic. The whole point of defining genocide is to prevent genocides from happening. When we say never again, we mean never again for fucking anybody. Not just Jewish people. We're saying never again for anybody, which is why we study history and look for the signs of genocides building and continuing to happen to prevent them from fucking happening.
genocide?
No, there are 2 million.
Potentially, if they kept on going the same way that they're doing, could they completely eradicate the Gaza Strip?
Israel has the military capacity to do that, and they have certainly not done that. And the reason I can say they have not done that is you know how long it would take them at the current rate to do that, especially given the fact that they are completely targeting terrorists.
Are they completely targeting Are children terrorists?
They're considering all Palestinians terrorists. When they say they're targeting terrorists, they consider all Palestinians terrorists.
Are the children the dead babies?
Targeting
the kids?
Civilian collateral damage is not the same thing as targeting civilians.
But is that not a byproduct of genocide?
No, that is not. Genocide is where you systematically destroy a population specifically because you wish to kill the civilian population.
You're literally describing what Israel is doing to the Palestinian population, Ben.
That is it.
He's right. That's not very pro-life.
Well, no. It turns out that Hamas is not pro-life when they hide behind children and women.
And neither is Israel when they drop bombs and nukes on Palestinian villages and families.
Oh, God damn it. She fucking said nukes. They're not dropping nukes. Israel isn't stupid enough to drop nukes yet because of the nuclear fallout. Would cover all of Israel. However, once Israel realizes that Israel is no longer going to exist, they're going to drop nukes. Oh, you should have said drops enough bombs that it's the equivalent of nukes. Oh, God damn it. Now Ben Shapiro has an out for this, and he's going to get away with this.
Suggesting that Israel is using nuclear weapons?
Oh, man, now he's just going to run with it. Yeah.
Bomb automatically nuclear?
No, not even wrong.
So that's what I said, a bomb.
and nuke. Okay, Israel uses as small munitions as possible to target specific terrorists. Okay, they do this using drone technology. They have to go through 4 layers of legal before any strike is actually approved by the upper layers of the Israeli government. I've seen this actual process in.
This isn't true at all. This isn't true at all. There's literally Israeli snipers that took out the knees of Palestinians during, was it the March for Freedom in 2019? I don't think it was it March for Freedom? Yeah. Wait. No, March of Return. The Great March of Return. It was a Great March of Return. Israeli snipers really taking out young Palestinians' knees and maiming them.
In action, I've seen the actual footage at Palmachim Air Force Base in which Israel goes through the process and shows exactly how they have to go through multiple legal steps in order to green light a hit on it.
Also, the 972 magazine shows that literally Israelis use AI to determine targets. So that's not really going through the legal system. They're literally going through AI targets. And 972 magazine found that if a airstrike is acknowledged, they know exactly how many civilians are going to be involved. And they said, yes, we know that that innocent child is being killed. Where's Daddy? Yeah, the Where's Daddy one.
Terrorist, and they have they've released footage of this, them calling off particular strikes if they believe that the minimal amount of civilian casualty damage cannot be maintained. So the basic idea, again, what you're talking about here is a population of 2 million Palestinians who are living in the Gaza Strip. The total number of war dead at this point, according to best available statistics, is somewhere between 30,000 and 40,000 dead. That is not a genocide.
The population of Palestinian territories was more than doubled to over 5 million in 2022. Gaza's health ministry, which is run by Hamas, also that's a fucking bullshit statement, said more than 42,700 civilians have been killed in the war. So to say that the Gaza health ministry's numbers are not true, literally Israel uses those health numbers for their propaganda purposes. The UN also uses it, and the United States have always used it as well.
It is a horrible, horrible war with horrible human casualties. That is not a genocide.
Definitionally, according to the UN, genocide involves acts committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, this should be ethnic, racial or religious group. Whole or in part. Ben Shapiro keeps forgetting the in part.
Which I will have to disagree with. But that brings me to my next question.
Name a war that isn't a genocide by your definition.
One that isn't a genocide?
Yes.
Name a war that isn't a genocide by your definition. World War II. The Civil War. I mean, Vietnam could probably be argued as it was a genocide. I guess World War II is technically a genocide because that was the Holocaust.
there's plenty of genocides. They've happened.
I mean, my point is that you don't seem to be distinguishing between the definition of a war and the definition of a genocide. Well, you're saying that if mass casualties happen, it is necessarily a genocide. I'm saying that is not true.
No, intended mass casualties is the genocide part of it. Mass casualties in Iraq, and Afghanistan and everything wasn't a genocide because the United States was not purposely targeting civilians, but they just didn't give a shit if civilians were killed. But Israel is literally purposely targeting journalists and civilians within the Gaza Strip, as well as the West Bank.
Got you. My next question, do you believe Israel has the right to the... Yeah.
Well, we're going to solve the Middle East in 56 seconds. Go for it.
No, definitely not. My question is, if this were in the context of the United States, if everything were the same conditions of what you see to be terrorism, what you see to be from the Israel side, but it happened in the United States and the innocent civilians that died were United States citizens, would you see the same thing to be justified?
So let's say that the United States had launched an attack across the Mexican border, specifically targeting civilians, slaughtering 1,200 of them, taking 250 hostage. And then the Mexican government had retaliated by attempting to solely target military targets, and our military men and women were hiding behind civilians. That would be the comparable condition.
Yeah, so U.S. citizens would be killed in hospitals and other things.
I would not blame the Mexican government I would not blame the Mexican government for targeting the personnel who were responsible for the kidnappings and murder.
Do you see it to be ethically justified for them to kill innocent Americans at the same degree that they killed innocent Palestinians?
Again, the question of killing civilians is a question about who's hiding behind the civilians. Israel's not going out of its way to...
The human shields argument is stupid. You're not supposed to kill the human shields. If they're human shields, you're not supposed to shoot. You're supposed to avoid civilian casualties. If someone has a hostage and they are holding the hostage in front of them, you're not supposed to shoot the hostage to get to the hostage taker. That's not what you're supposed to do. If there is a school shooter in a school, you're not supposed to bomb the entire fucking school just to get the school shooter. That's not how this fucking works. Also, Israel continues to use Palestinians as human shields, and it continues to come out all the fucking time. Isn't that the whole point of snipers? Yeah, that too. You're not supposed to fucking take out... You're not supposed to take out the... you're not supposed to take out the human shields. Also, the snipers literally take out civilians constantly. And reports come out constantly about snipers taking out Palestinian civilians.
Kill civilians.
That's not an answer to the question.
Yes, it is, because you're mischaracterizing the actual situation on the ground.
How?
Because of
I
what
said
I
the
just
same
described.
conditions. I said the same conditions.
Filibustered it.
We didn't solve it.
Ben will now choose a Democrat to debate for 10 minutes on a claim of their choosing.
Oh. Yeah, so many friends, so many friends. Let's see.
Bro, can you pause it for like 1 minute so I can get a drink? Fine, Kiko. Hi, also check your Discord. I'm counting, Kiko.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. I want somebody who didn't get like a full time, who had to like. Oh my gosh. I choose Tyler because he's been sitting behind me the whole time, and I feel bad for the dude. He's really wanted to talk, so let's have a conversation.
He's a plant. He's a plant.
My claim is that Donald Trump did not commit to a peaceful transfer of power.
Okay, this is good.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's simple. I think Trump helped facilitate a fake election.
Let's talk to the white guy. LOL. Oh, fuck. I was supposed to wait for Kiko. Fuck. Also, Every time Kiko says like 60 seconds, it turns into like 5 to 6 minutes. Well, technically Kiko sent it at 21:42 and I started playing it at 21:43. So that was 60 seconds, right? Okay, welcome back, Kiko. You definitely didn't miss anything. I'll rewind it for you, Kiko.
Scheme.
I choose.
All right, Kiko, if you missed it, Ben Shapiro gets to choose one of the people and debate on them for 10 minutes on the topic of their choosing.
Because he's been sitting behind me the whole time, and I feel bad for the dude. He's really wanted to talk, so let's have a conversation.
My claim is that Donald Trump did not commit to a peaceful transfer of power. Okay, so yeah, I think it's simple. I think Trump helped facilitate a fake electric scheme to override the election in 2020, to have Mike Pence not certify the election, and then allowed violence to happen at the Capitol. So Donald Trump gave a speech for an hour and a half where he would say things like, fight like hell, they're stealing the country away from us. And then when people got to the Capitol, Donald Trump sat there for 3 hours and watched them. When his aides, his family, and
investigations into January 6th revealed family advisors and allies were urging Trump to condemn the violence and tell rioters at the Capitol to stop. That includes his son, Donald Trump Jr., who texted Chief of Staff Mark Meadows at 2:53 p.m. He's got to condemn this shit ASAP. The Capitol Police tweet is not enough. Trump ultimately put out a video at 4:17 p.m. telling rioters to go home. Hi, Okesh. Hello. I checked Discord and see nothing. Kiko, are you talking about me? Do you think Derry was talking to you? Because Derry was talking to me.
And everyone was telling him, put a stop to the violence. Call them, tell them to go home. He did not. And I think that
also, did I say hi, okay? I'm pretty sure I did, but I have a little bit of streamer brain right now.
is an example of Trump not committing to the peaceful transfer of power. He was allowing the violence to happen when he could have stopped it.
Okay, so as far as allowing the violence to happen when he could have stopped it, I'm wondering exactly what he could have done given the fact that the Capitol Police were activated, in fact, pretty quickly in the middle of that debacle. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, do we mean verbally or action or in action? So I agree with you verbally. He never suggested that I am going to leave, and then he did. So so I'm not sure actually how much we disagree on this matter. I thought that January 6th was terrible. I thought that his behavior between the election of
gotta hate his stupid face. Yeah, me too. Which is why I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible. I thought you told me to check Discord. LOL. No, Kiko.
November 2020 and January 6th was bad. There may be disagreement on the extent to which we believe incitement took place as opposed to bad behavior that raised the temperature that I think was really, really negative. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, he clearly committed to the extent that he left, right? I mean, Joe Biden has been president for the last 3.5 years.
Dude, this is the craziest fucking shit ever. To sit there and say, oh, Donald Trump peacefully handed over the power on January 20th. Are we going to forget what happened on January 6th? The whole point of January 6th is that he was literally trying to overthrow the election so that he wouldn't have to leave office on January 20th. I cannot believe that this is continuing to be a talking point, be like, oh, Donald Trump walked away on January 20th. Do we forget January 6th? Do we forget what happened after the election was declared for Joe Biden? That Joe Biden was declared as the victor, and literally Donald Trump continuing to beg and plead the courts to claim that there was voter fraud and also threaten violence on people? Dude, he makes me want to barf so bad it's a visceral reaction. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Ben's cool. Yeah, Ben's about as cool as... Actually, I can't think of anything that's as uncool as Ben Shapiro at the moment. Dude, he makes a big Shapiro head over here. He left Lamau.
For how much of that he's been mentally aware. But, you know, I'm just wondering what sort of where do we disagree?
Yeah, well, I'll quote you, right? January 6th was the worst thing to happen since 9/11, right? And I just want to be clear that you agree he verbally did not want to commit to the peaceful transfer of power. He tried to stop it, yet you are still saying that he should be the president of the United States.
Well, I mean, he did
right?
not...
That is your claim, though. He should...
Ben about as cool as Swamp Ass Jelly on a Florida day. Does Swamp Ass create jelly? Because that's a whole nother level of Swamp Ass. Also, chat, I'm going to have to work in the pissing rain tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it.
should be the president of the United States, and you agree he verbally did not commit to the peaceful transfer of power.
Well, I mean, he did not verbally suggest that there ought to be a violent uprising, revolution, or military
but he also
coup.
didn't stop it, right? So there were people inside the Capitol, and he sat for 3 hours. His closest aides.
He should have spoken earlier. I agree with you.
Yes, and they were telling him, like, Trump, you have to do this. You have to stop. He was informed at 2:14 p.m. that they were outside the Capitol saying, "Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence." His aides went up to him and said, "They are saying this. You need to stop something." What does he do?
If you swamp hard enough, only if you can swamp hard enough in GTA 6, which is Florida Simulator, which I'm so excited. So excited for Swamp Simulator. Or not Swamp Simulator, Florida Simulator. Also, okay-ish, I think I'm an hour away from my minimum hours needed for my private pilot certification. But I still have to do my ground school, and I have to make sure that I'm prepared for the oral exam for my check ride, as well as the check ride itself. If you have a lot of friction, the swamp ass then gets dead skin and fuzz from the closing. Yes, it's become jelly. That's fair. Let's fucking go. I'll oral your exam. I don't think that's how it works. I want to know personally from working at 100-degree temperatures, doing manual labor or anything. That's fair, Escal. Personally, I like to use Body Glide on those areas to ensure that there's minimal to no chafing, which is incredible.
At like 2:24 p.m., he says, "Mike Pence is a traitor," right? That was his tweet. Why do you think he would tweet that when he knew the violence was going on? They were saying, "Hang Mike Pence." Mike Pence had to go into hiding. Why do you think he would tweet that at that moment?
I mean, I disagree with him tweeting with that.
I'm not saying you agree with him.
So the question as to why Donald Trump does anything is a matter of public speculation.
You're a smart guy. I'm asking for your speculation.
I mean, I don't. If your question to me is whether I think that Donald Trump wanted Mike Pence murdered, I think the answer is no.
I'm not asking if he wanted him murdered. I'm saying, do you think he wanted the violence to stop?
Do I think he wanted? Yes.
Really? So his idea to stop the violence was saying Mike Pence is a traitor.
I think that he was in control of the forces that he was in control of, and the Capitol Police weren't in control of Nancy Pelosi.
What was he? He was the president of the United States.
Right, and the military was
instead of saying, "Hey, get out," he said, "No, Mike Pence, you're a traitor." Okay. Why do you think he would say that at that moment?
Okay, I just expressed to you that I can't see into his head because I have a hard time.
But you can make a guess, though, right?
Well, can I ask you why you think he did that?
Why do I
mean, you said that he didn't want to be hanged.
So this is what I think.
He didn't want to be hanged, right?
Yes.
You said that.
Yeah,
so
I don't think he wanted him hanged. I think that Donald Trump was indifferent to what happened in so far the violence of Mike Pence. I think he wanted a lot of chaos. He wanted violence to delay the certification of the vote, which he was successful with, in hopes that there would be confusion and someone else might step up, like another senator, so they could allow to put forward the fake electorates. Because that was the plan. That was in Greensboro's plan to do that, and that was the whole idea.
Also, Trump keeps bragging about that he has a secret agreement with Mike Johnson, and that kind of terrifies me that they're not going to certify the election for this one. I wonder if it'd be if it would withstand the temps and the forceful movements. Body Glide. I mean, I've used it. I literally used it while I was on the island, and I didn't have major problems with it. The guy sounds like Barney from The Simpsons. Yeah. I'm not trying to be an ableist.
Yeah. So yes, Donald Trump was okay with the violence because he did not want the certification to happen. And in fact, for the first time in American history, he delayed it. And to me, it's like, Ben, I really like you, but I think there's a lot of attributes that I like about you, especially your American values. That is the antithesis of American values. Allowing that to happen, wanting that to happen, and then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like his accent. I really like you. Wait. Somebody say I really like you? Did I miss that part?
So I think that Donald Trump obviously should have done more. I agree with you. He should have done more on January 6th. I think that, he shouldn't have tweeted that about Mike Pence.
He said it to Shapiro? I missed that? He said, I really like you? Oh, no, he said that?
In American history, he delayed it. And to me, it's like, Ben, I really like you, but I think there's a lot of attributes that I like about you, especially your American.
Oh, no. Oh, no, why would you say you really like Ben Shapiro? Oh, my God. Fucking debate lords. Oh, my God, debate lords love each other.
Values. That is the antithesis of American values. Allowing that to happen, wanting that to happen, and then, yeah.
Okay, so I think that Donald Trump obviously should have done more. I agree with you. He should have done more on January 6th. I think that...
Dude, Donald Trump should have done so much more to prevent me from doing the top of the hour ad breaks, because at the top of every hour, I run a 3-minute ad. If you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription or get lucky and get gifted a sub, or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now. That one was top notch, 10 out of 10. See, this is fucking weird. My last one, Kiko gave me a 10 out of 10. This one, Kiko gives me a 4 out of 10. And Escow, the last one, Escow said it was a stretch, and Escow says this is a 10 out of 10. Like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. Make your decision. Make 10 out of 10? Come on, guys. What the fuck? Also, I really need to get a top of the hour bot. No one's opinion matters more than mine. That's fair. You know it's good because Kiko is pissed he got caught. That's why he did a 4 out of 10. You people don't know what you're talking about. There's literally a clip. There's literally a clip of me doing the top of the hour ad break. And then there's a long pause. And Kiko just goes, I hate how well that went for you. And it's one of my favorite clips I have with Kiko. You just did what you did when I pun. That's true friendship. Yeah, that one's the best. It went well and it makes me mad. Yeah. Oh fuck. I kind of want to find that clip. All right, I'm gonna look for that clip while we wait for the ad to run. It was in Helldivers, and I think it was the 4 a.m. one. I told my bestie I found out my crush has a partner who she doesn't approve of, and she laughed. Wait, what do you mean your bestie doesn't approve of the crush's partner? I didn't know your bestie had an input in who your crush wanted to be with. Obviously, your bestie's gonna think whoever. No, my best doesn't approve of my crush. Oh, I was confused on that too. I think it had a bunch of views too. Sorry, poor wording. Oh, that's what I was thinking, but glad we cleared that up. Yeah. Shit. I'm pretty sure it's the 4 a.m. one. Ah, no, it's not here. I literally find it all the time. Oh my God. Oh my God, my browser's going fucking crazy right now. Damn, I should be in bed, but I'm finally close to the end of my main story in Starfield. Nice, nice, nice. Also, the ad is over, so I'm going to continue.
He shouldn't have tweeted that about Mike Pence. I disagreed with what he was saying about Mike Pence's and the entire electoral scheme between November and January. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, again, what I will say is that the legal transfer of power did in fact take place. He did not, in fact, initiate a militia to storm the capital of the United States.
Will.
Okay, but
like that's the issue. I agree. It happened because of the guardrails of democracy, but Donald Trump did not want it to stand.
Okay.
Do you agree that Donald Trump did not want that election to be certified?
I mean, sure.
So he did not want.
Wait a minute. Did this guy say he likes Ben Shapiro's American values? I know I'm very late on this, but
the United States, and you agree he verbally did not commit. So, but his call have to stop. Hang Mike Pence. 4 p.m. When he knew. Why do you think?
So the question.
Speculation.
I mean, I don't
ask you if he wanted to murder. I'm just saying Mike Pence
and the Capitol Police weren't in control.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what he said. His fucking American values. What American fucking values? Eviscerating brown people?
Mike Pence, you're a traitor.
Can't see into matter.
Fuck, where is it?
Verbally, January
has been pressed for a power. Raised the ad. I thought so. Verbally, as far as police were,
he did not. Sat there for stealing Donald Trump by the two transfer.
Back to talk. So let's
Fuck.
Spoken earlier. I agree.
Yes, and they were telling
control of, and the Capitol Police weren't in control of Nancy Pelosi.
What was he? He was the president of the United States. Why do you think he would say that at that moment?
Okay.
Get out. He said, no, Mike Pence, you're a traitor.
Okay.
Why do you think he would say that at that moment?
Okay. I just expressed to you that I can't see into his head because I have a hard time.
Yeah, but you can make a guess, though, right?
Well,
like
no, but can I ask you why you think he did that?
Why do I
mean,
think
you said that he didn't want to be hung.
So this is what I think
he didn't want to be hanged, right?
Yes.
You said that.
Yeah,
So
I don't think he wanted to hang. I think that Donald Trump was indifferent to what happened in so far the violence, Mike Pence. I think he wanted a lot of chaos. He wanted violence to delay the certification of the vote, which he was successful with, in hopes that there would be confusion and someone else might step up, like another senator, so they could allow to put forward the fake electorates. Because that was the plan. That was in Greensboro's plan to do that, and that was the whole idea. So yes, Donald Trump was okay with the violence because he did not want the certification to happen. And in fact, for the first time in American history, he delayed it. And to me, it's like, Ben, I really like you, but I think there's a lot of attitudes that I like about you, especially your American values. That is the antithesis of American
he fucking
values.
said it.
Allowing
Jesus
that
Christ.
to happen, wanting that to happen, and then, yeah.
Okay, so I think that Donald Trump obviously should have done more. I agree with you. He should have done more on January 6th. I think that, you know,
Holy shit, I can't believe you fucking said that you like Ben Shapiro's American values and you're a fucking Kamala Harris voter. This is why Kamala Harris moving to the right is fucking crazy. Because if you actually fucking wanted to make the world a better place, you would absolutely hate Ben Shapiro's American fucking values. Because Ben Shapiro's American values aren't fucking American values at all. They're fucking authoritarian white supremacist values. He's trying to appeal to Ben by complimenting his values and getting him to see how un-American his take on this is. That's fair, but that's still words that I wouldn't ever fucking say to someone as awful as a person as Ben Shapiro. All this is just rage bait to me. You cannot argue with people like Ben Shapiro. Like, okay, I don't know how long you've been in here, but all of them are saying nice to meet you to Ben Shapiro. You shouldn't fucking say that to somebody that advocates literally for your death. Like, he's not advocating for these people's deaths because they're all fucking liberals. And Ben Shapiro likes liberals. He likes being in liberal circles and everything like that. But like myself, he's basically be advocating for my death because I'm a leftist. I'm not sitting at the table with this man. Fuck him. One guy did say terrible to meet you. Yeah. And then also Shane's reached out his hand. So Kiko, this one, here it is. We have to escort the priority citizens, aka the rich people, the only people that matter.
Oh, so we're high end.
Yeah.
What's the penalty for me shooting them?
We lose 50. Oh, Airbus credits. Money. Yeah. Kind of like.
Are we ready?
Kind of like you can lose money by paying $5 to avoid the ads at the top of the hour. At the top of every hour,
get tired of
3-minute ad break. To avoid the ads, you can. Oh shit! No.
News just in. According to a recent study, get fucking hyped, boy.
Fuck,
this
that
is
wasn't supposed to
epic.
happen.
We'll have more after this.
Sorry, chat. We gotta watch that again. That was supposed to play after that. So Kiko, this one, we have to escort the priority citizens, aka the rich people, the only people that matter.
Oh, so we're high end.
Yeah.
What's the penalty for me shooting them?
We lose 50. Chat, this is at 4 a.m. by the way. Yeah. Kind of like.
Are we ready?
Kind of like you can lose money by paying $5 to avoid the ads at the top of the hour. At the top of every hour,
get
around a
tired of
3-minute
doing
ad break. To avoid the ads, you can pay $5 for a subscription or get it for free by linking your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or by getting a gifted sub. Here comes the 3-minute ad break now. That was a good one. That was tasty. That wasn't even a good one. I appreciate it.
You stuttered.
Yeah, I know, but it was still pretty good.
You did it. I'm mad that went well for you.
See, chat. This is what happens with Kiko when I do a good segue. He goes, "I'm mad that went well for you." One of my favorite clips that we have.
He shouldn't have tweeted that about Mike Pence. I disagreed with what he was saying about Mike Pence's in the entire electoral scheme between November and January. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, again, what I will say is that the legal transfer of power did in fact take place. He did not, in fact, initiate a militia to storm the capital of the United States.
Will.
Okay, but
that's I agree. It happened because of the guardrails of democracy, but Donald Trump did not want it.
What did I tell you, bro? When he rates you low and I go high, he's pissed. What happened to Airbus? No, he's good. He's been a little busy with work, and he's been having a stricter sleep schedule, so he hasn't been able to pop in streams when he can. He went to bed. Yeah, like I said, he's been having a little bit of a stricter sleep schedule. He was in Rosie's earlier. Oh, really? This argument is like, yeah, he beat his wife, but he let her leave. Like, what do you mean, Ben? Yeah. Also, Ben Shapiro advocates for those American values, by the way. Domestic abuse.
To stand.
Okay.
Do you agree that Donald Trump did not want that election to be certified?
I mean, sure.
So he did not want the peaceful transfer of power then?
I mean, if the election had not been certified, then there still would have been a legal process that took place, right? I mean, the question as to...
you would have been
hold on, can I ask the opposite for just...
I need to clip the one from last Friday where we were just booing over you and you didn't stumble once, you just giggled through the delivery. Yeah, that one was a good one too.
Second. So is your contention that Donald Trump actually would have been in favor of, for example, like a military coup to keep himself in power?
I think Donald Trump absolutely would have. And all evidence points that.
What do you mean you think it was a stretch? They were literally advocating and saying that the military would back Donald Trump if Donald Trump refused to step down from office. They were banking on the military literally stepping in and enacting Donald Trump as president. I can grab that. Yeah, Kiko literally watches all of the VODs.
He was trying to find any way he could stay in power. Okay. He was, and this is gone.
I think he was trying to find. I think he was trying to find any way to say that he didn't lose. I don't think that he was trying to activate any way that he could stay in power. That's not quite the same thing.
No, him saying that he wasn't trying to lose is different from him sending down fake electorates with fake signatures to fraudulently steal the election.
Okay, in order for there to be an insurrection, for example, you'd have to activate the military.
I didn't say.
No, you don't. That's not how that works. Literally, an insurrection could be fucking anything. It could include the military, or it could include a bunch of fucking civilians storming a fucking Capitol to force politicians to bend at their fucking will. At gunpoint. You can't argue with people who have made up their mind. Bless these folks, but what a waste of energy. Yeah, but you can make Ben Shapiro look fucking stupid, which is what Shane did, the trans man, during the abortion portion of this video.
Okay, so again, that's fine.
All I'm saying is all of Donald Trump's behavior has suggested he did not.
He does that on his own, though. LOL. No, he doesn't. The problem with Ben Shapiro, and I fell for it in college during the original Black Lives Matter, is Ben Shapiro speaks so quickly and so confidently that nobody really questions his talking points until you actually sit down and either read on paper what he's saying or actually sit down and listen to what he's saying. You realize that Ben Shapiro is a fucking moron. Who is nobody? I'm sorry, did I say something about nobody? I have Shapiro and Brand. I don't remember what I said. Hello, since you missed my message, Ghost, going to resend. Need to go to bed. Night chat. Thanks for not being like Shapiro. Thanks, Ascow. I appreciate it. Hope you have a restful sleep. Nobody questioned him. No, that's not what I meant. Okay, I'm saying like when Ben Shapiro is on stage and yelling at fucking, when Ben Shapiro is doing his viral videos and everything, there's not really a ton. Initially, there wasn't a ton of pushback. There wasn't a ton of pushback because Ben Shapiro was not conservative enough and radical enough that he fell outside of the bounds of a liberal. Because you got to remember, Ben Shapiro is a Hollywood conservative, meaning that he's not psychotic enough that he would be left out of liberal circles in Hollywood. So he was accepted by liberal fucking communities. Hi, Laura. Hope you sleep as comfortable as possible. I get what you're saying, but I think there are a lot of us who clocked his shit immediately, especially women. Yeah, and I could agree with that. But again, as someone who has fallen for this shit, I understand this is what he does, and this is why I fell for it. So this is why I'm trying to explain it. Because now I understand his fucking entire dialogue tree and his entire mythology to come off as an intelligent person.
not commit to the peaceful. He did not want the peaceful.
If you're asking me to defend his behavior on January 6th, you'll notice that I really haven't.
Yeah,
so
but,
I'm
like, I feel like
exactly
you're underplaying of how horrible this was.
I mean,
and that's the issue.
Which
I
part?
think you're.
Are you talking about the riot?
January 6th was funny, chat. It was hilarious watching these fucking small business tyrants climb walls and shit and fucking taser themselves and think that they can overthrow an entire fucking government. That shit was fucking hilarious. Once all the favorite Congress people are safe, this shit became hilarious. Yes, there were cops that were injured and fucking ended up unaliving them. Yes, that is terrible. But the events themselves were fucking funny, which is why I have this fucking game, because it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious to think that a bunch of fucking small business tyrants who literally took their days off from business, which they don't fucking do anything anyway, and exploit their fucking workers, took their day off to fucking storm the Capitol thinking that they were going to overthrow the United States government. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Riots? You talking about
I'm talking
behavior?
I'm talking about the fake electorate scheme and the idea that they're allowing the violence for 3 hours to happen in the Capitol when they were under.
Also, January 6th, the certification of the ballots is just a formality. The election was already decided, and it was just a fucking formality. What were they gonna do? Take the electoral college votes away and burn them? Oh, except there's literally records of the electoral college votes. You can't fucking overturn the election by interrupting a ceremonial, a formal ceremony. Like, what the fuck? They're so fucking dumb.
Protect the senators, the people that we're supposed to protect to uphold our democracy. He was attacking, and he watched it happen on TV when everyone around him was stopping. And I agree that you think that's bad, but you're still saying, you know what, that guy did that. He let our democracy attack. Make him be president.
Well,
that's your position.
Yes, because
right, that is your position.
Okay,
yeah, like, and just so we're clear what the stakes are.
Yes,
this man would want to do it again.
Okay, so let me ask you about that. Can I ask you about that?
Can I quickly say one
Sure,
more
please
thing?
go ahead.
Yeah, JD Vance has said he would not have certified the election.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You said that he'd want to do it again. Can I ask you how?
I mean, he could do like the exact same scheme with fake electorates, except that this time, you know what, JD Vance would be like, yeah, I'm not certifying the election. What do you mean? I mean, all Mike Pence had to do was...
Also, it wouldn't be JD Vance, it'd be Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris would be the one to not certify the election. So what needs to happen is we need to start asking Trumpers and shit to ask if it's okay if Kamala Harris refuses to certify the 2024 election and claim herself victorious. Because I guarantee they're going to say, no, that's not okay, which is going to contradict everything that they said about the 2020 election. Kamala. Did I not say it correctly? What about genocidal?
No. But practically speaking, he is currently not in office, correct? He's not the president of the United States.
You want him to become president. And so I agree. If he's not president, he can't do it, which is why I don't think anyone voted for Donald Trump.
So wait, so I have a question. Do you believe, and this is really the question, because if you're talking about he's going to do it again, the only opportunity that he'd have to do it again, presumably, would be if he won and then he were running for, say, a third term.
No, I disagree. I think he can do it for someone else. He might do it for another candidate that he likes, that'll uphold the MAGA values. MAGA has taken over the Republican Party, much to your chagrin. I agree, it's bad, but he absolutely would do that again to someone who's loyal. And JD Vance has said he would not certify the election. Okay. I think that's a real threat. You've already acknowledged that you can't predict Trump. You can't even know why he'd be thinking anything. How could you say that won't be a threat?
Because I find it highly implausible that Donald Trump is so caring about somebody who's not Donald Trump.
Really? What about Donald Trump Jr.?
You think he's going to do that for Donald Trump Jr.?
I think he'd do it for Donald Trump Jr. I think he would do Vivek Ramaswamy. I think he would do it for anyone who's loyal to show that they're still upholding the MAGA name, and he will want the Democrats to lose.
You're entitled to your opinion on it. I think that's radical catastrophism. I think that
it already happened once, right? You're saying it's radical catastrophism that almost happened once. The only reason
because the conditions are not the same. And it's not possible for them to be the same. Okay, when it comes to the actual election itself, and you say, and you want him.
Conditions are not the same. Oh, he's going to say that Joe Biden's the current president right now. Donald Trump couldn't pull the same levers that he pulled when Donald Trump was president during the 2020 election. That's probably what he's going to say.
to be president. Okay, let me be clear about my position throughout this election cycle. When there were primaries, I was not supportive of President Trump in the primaries. When it comes down to a binary election, everybody now has a choice. Okay, there are only 2 candidates left. I've made pretty clear, I think, over the course of this debate, the myriad reasons why I don't support Kamala Harris. Okay, now Donald Trump is on the other side. So the question is, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit it out? Am I supposed to, like...
I think you're not supposed to vote for the person who you said helped do the act that was the worst act in America since 9/11. I don't think you should vote for him. Okay. Call me crazy. Well, I think that when someone is trying to overthrow the election, you shouldn't vote for him to be president. Okay. Is that like such a crazy idea?
I think that the bottom line is that when you're in an election, you...
Also, this is insane because Kamala Harris literally has been running on policies that Ben Shapiro fucking loves. But Ben Shapiro doesn't love that she has a D next to her name. That's probably not the sole reason, but he also doesn't like that she's a woman. He also doesn't like that she's a person of color. So that's why he's not going to vote for her. Even though literally the Kamala Harris policies that she's fucking running on are identical to the Trump fucking policies from 2020. Fucking pisses me off because that 2-week stretch when she was chosen to take over for Joe Biden and then chose Tim Walz was fucking incredible. It was so good. They had so much momentum. They raised so much fucking money running on progressive values that Tim Walz passed in Minnesota. And then the DNC happened and she just went fucking whatever the fuck that was. It's so fucking frustrating. And like, she's fucking it up so bad. Not her, but her campaign is fucking it up so bad leading up to this last week of the election. And it's so frustrating. Like Joe Biden's camp is literally saying, oh, we'd be doing just as good, which he wouldn't. But like, you should be destroying fucking Donald Trump. I'm going to go to bed, but I encourage you to pronounce her name correctly. Not doing so is microaggression. We can hold her accountable for her supporting genocide without that. I'm doing my best to pronounce her name correctly. Am I not saying Kamala? You're saying Kamala. Okay. I think I'm going back and forth between the two because I'm speaking too quickly. But I'll work on it. Thank you, Okayish.
You vote for the person you think will be the better president for the country. And what I liked about President Trump was his first term, not his activity between November and January. That's the simple answer. You're not going to get me justifying January 6th. You're not going to catch me pretending that I think his activity on...
Also, Okayish, I hope you have a... There's a clip. Okay. We'll watch it in a second. We're almost done with it. But also, fuck Ben Shapiro 1,000,000%. I agree. Also, Okayish, I hope you have a restful sleep. Also, I like the new name I came up for, Kamala Genocidala. Good night, Okayish. All right, Kiko, here's the clip.
And I'm like, bro, I'm asking you a question, yes or like a
Bombala.
one or the other. He's like, okay. Like, oh my God.
So he was just kind of being kind, like pretending that he didn't hear you, just like people don't hear the top of the hour ad break. Because the top of the hour, I run a 3-minute ad. If you want to avoid the ad, you can pay $5.99, or you get lucky and get gifted a sub, or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos and Amazon to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's Kiko. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now.
He likes billionaires. Ghost likes billionaires.
That's a fucking great clip.
On January 6th was good. I also think that it is an act of catastrophism to suggest that Donald Trump is going to facilitate the same exact thing he did on January 6th because the conditions are not the same. In fact, if you want to prevent him from doing the same thing, probably you should vote for him because then, when he's president again, he's not going to be able to run for a third term.
I think gambling with democracy is dangerous, and that's what you're suggesting we're doing. We
In what way?
already have a man who's shown that he would overthrow the election. You're like, you know what? Let's roll the dice again. Let's see if he does it.
No.
You agree it's possible he might do it, right?
No, I don't think
You think it's impossible. He might not
him to overthrow the election?
For him to do the same electric plot and not certify the election, do you think that's impossible for him to do again?
Yes, I do not think that will happen.
There's no possible world where that happens.
I do not think that he is going to have the capacity.
Yeah, I mean, we already seen him do it once, and now it's impossible to do it again. Yeah, I just find that
I have a question. How's Chuck Schumer going to facilitate Donald Trump's fake elector scheme?
Sorry?
Dude, that's the Senate. That's the Senate. The elector scheme involves the fucking House of Representatives. It's not the fucking Senate, you dumb fuck. Chuck Schumer was the fucking... Chuck Schumer was majority lead in the Senate during January 6th. What the fuck are you talking about, Ben?
How would Chuck Schumer, the current Senate majority leader, facilitate a fake elector scheme? I'm acting on a practical level. That is not going to happen. So again, you can think whatever you think about Donald Trump's intent. I can think whatever I think about Donald Trump's intent. In order to actually, commit a crime, let's say this is a crime, you'd have to have motive, means, and opportunity. Hey, he doesn't have means or opportunity. So it makes it difficult for me to believe that he would do this.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean,
he does have the means and opportunity because Mike Johnson is under his fucking thumb, is wrapped around his fucking finger. And Mike Johnson, the House of Representatives, is the people that are in charge of the fucking ceremony on January 6th. And in charge of certifying the electors.
Okay.
That's
all right. Thank you so much. I was
You
up
bet.
on time.
Thanks a lot.
This is the second time we've met too, by the way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been a long day. I thought it was a lot of fun. Other than a couple of minor hiccups, I think everybody was coming at this in good spirit and wanting to have a fun conversation. There are a lot of intelligent people in the circle, and it was fun to hear what they had to say.
I think Ben was significantly more respectful than Charlie Kirk was, and a lot more well-informed than Charlie was.
I'll give him credit for being a nice...
Yeah, except literally, Ben Shapiro did worse than Charlie Kirk, which is crazy.
guy, and he seemed to be having fun, and he seemed to be in good spirits.
With that said, I think there were a couple topics where he was being kind of dishonest.
If you speak quick enough and you don't really have someone who's familiar on the topics you're talking about, we can kind of gloss over things that are kind of shaky in terms of argument.
I think that Ben overwhelmingly is probably the best debater that the other side of the aisle has. However, I still think that what he stands for, what he stands behind, is really detrimental to the state of America and the people in it.
I thought that there were a couple of interesting arguments about
one of them just goes, fuck him. Yeah, they would never, Jubilee would never allow that.
Abortion?
I didn't get a chance to speak because it was pretty competitive, but Ben's third claim about abortion being morally indefensible was so frustrating for me to hear. We are in a unique chapter of this issue in that we now have legislation that has been passed on the subject that we can look at the effects of what it's doing to our country. These are real instances of mothers who are dying because of this legislation.
And then what about the trans gentleman?
I mean, that wasn't an argument. It was an emotional appeal. Everybody's entitled to their emotions.
To be fair, I didn't
Christ.
really expect to get too many points across because I've seen how Ben has worked. So I really wanted to kind of give him a taste of his own medicine so he can see what it's like.
Somewhat irritating when people decide to take advantage of a time to have a discussion or an argument to simply rant for minutes on end. But again, person's entitled to their feelings.
Shane bodied you. Shane bodied you, and you're fucking butthurt about it. Shane bodied you and made way too many relevant points that you couldn't fucking get across. You are mad that Shane beat you at your own fucking game.
If I can name one person from the circle that I thought did phenomenal, it would be Guy.
I would say Guy was probably the MVP today.
Guy did a really good
That's because Guy was debate lording Ben Shapiro. Guy was debate lording Ben Shapiro. Guy only had like a couple like really decent points, but it was just debate lording and dog walking Ben Shapiro.
Exposing how there's a lot of lies from the Republican side about the bipartisan border bill.
I have never seen a performance like that. I personally learned a lot, and I bet a lot of people at home did too.
There was a fellow who gave some interesting arguments about immigration, although I think he lacked standards with regard to what he would allow in and who he would allow in.
I actually was a bit surprised to hear him say one of those talking points that I mentioned, the 300,000 kids have disappeared. I thought he was a little above that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Tyler did a really good job as well, especially when he sort of held Ben's feet to the fire on the issue of January 6th.
It is indefensible, and it's anti-democratic and anti-American values. And it's the one weakness I think Ben Shapiro knows he has.
Most of the reason that people are supporting Kamala Harris has almost nothing to do with Kamala Harris and simply to do with animus for Donald Trump on a personal level.
I am proudly voting for Kamala Harris. I think it's a no-brainer to make sure that the guy who has no interest in maintaining our democracy gets back in the White House.
Kamala Harris has a better economic plan, better border plan, pretty much across the board, I think she's a better candidate.
If Donald Trump is elected, the average American will be worse off, and if she's elected, they will be better off. I care about closing those income
not
inequities.
that much better
Nothing
off.
is more American than that.
The question that I would ask for folks is, in the end, one of these people is going to be shaping policy. Do you like the policies that you've had for the last 4 years or not?
Well, they didn't like the policies that Donald Trump did when he was president. All right, chat. We're gonna change gears here. I know I said that we'd do more, but it has been brought to my attention that some democracy needs to be spread. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spread some democracy with Potato Queen and Dairy. So we're gonna bring this up, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some fun. TLDR, not TLDW, by the way. Too long, didn't read. Ben Shapiro sucks. Yes. Ben Shapiro sucks. But I hope you were entertained by my analysis of the conversations. Too long, didn't watch. Okay. I hope y'all were entertained by my analysis of this. And I hope I was able to teach you guys some of the talking points and some of the methods that conservatives are going to use all the time. Because it really frustrates me when people argue out of bad faith. So I'm doing my best to take down arguments one bad faith talking point at a time. And I hope y'all were entertained by that.
Our home. Prosperity. Liberty. Hi there. Democracy. Our way of life. Oh, hello. But freedom doesn't come free. No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free. Join the Helldivers. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force. See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend.
Become a legend, chat.
A Helldiver.
Tactical. Constitution, baby.
Allied coordinates locked.
All right, they're playing automatons.
Initiate
Fucking do this.
FTL jump
What level are they on?
The Marfark system.
Fuck, I can't see what level they're on.
FTL jump successful. Mission coordinates locked.
I'm just gonna come in fucking guns blazing, chap.
Hellpods primed.
Come on. coming hot, baby. The last clip is so great because it's like a bunch of friends laughing. Yes. Whoop, whoop. Someone order some assistance. The fuck is the landing zone? Easy clap.
Another victory for the right side of history.
There's no fucking way I'm doing game chat. There's no way I'm doing game chat. Why would I do game chat?
I don't know, man.
Oh, no. You guys weren't in here like 10 seconds ago.
What?
You guys weren't in this voice chat like 10 seconds ago.
Oh yeah, I moved us.
Yeah, I literally looked for it before I jumped into the game.
Yeah, we were in the secret.
Oh,
super secret chat.
The super secret chat that only bestest of friends call each other Pookie go in.
Yeah. More like the moderator chat, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's fair. I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not cool enough for that.
And the accuracy, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wow, Ghost, 17 kills?
Yeah,
we
it's because
really need to work on that.
What? I had 17 kills. I was in the game for 30 seconds.
That was just,
Bro,
man,
that is
those numbers are
disappointing.
just
That's
not.
disappointing.
They're
I
just not
killed
gonna do it for
I killed a
democracy.
fucking tank and a Hulk in the like 30 seconds I was in the game.
That's disappointing.
See,
No,
what you guys
no,
should be saying is my accuracy was dog shit. That's what you guys should be saying.
Either way, you know.
Well,
Also,
everything that you...
Kiko says, "I way."
What?
Kiko says hi. I way.
Oh, hi. Hello, Kiko.
Hola, chamo. How are you,
Oh,
man?
oh,
How are you,
no.
sister?
Don't
oh my
be-
god. I missed you.
Oh god.
Wow.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. The fuck.
Sister, way, like I swear, Ghost Rider don't be doing shit in this game. Like he's so ass. Like what is these 17 kills? We gotta do better. You gotta tell him to do better.
All right. Whatever you say, Derry. Whatever you say. Why did I join this if I was just gonna get ripped on the whole time?
Because you like it.
It's fun.
Like
a great time.
Like it is a strong phrase.
Okay, you love it.
That's an even stronger phrase. It's more like I'm content brained.
Oh my god, did I tell Kiko? Like,
Well, man, I was watching the VOD and
watched
laughing my
his
ass off at the
the
Latina girl
VOD
conversations.
Where, we were just talking like this the whole entire time, and it was so fucking hilarious. I was pooping my pants. It was so fucking
Derry,
funny.
Kiko literally just typed that in my chat, saying that he was laughing his ass off at the Latina girl conversations that you guys had together.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can you?
Oh, I'm
Yum.
trying to accept
Oh, I
being together situation.
You can spend those at the
Is it not working?
upgrade the super destroyer.
I just have to go to Chrome.
Oh.
There we go. Ooh, better.
Yeah, the problem is I'm lurking on my other screen and it's Opera. So then I have to open my Google Chrome on my other screen to make it work.
Yeah, I have to do some silly stuff.
However, I will say the streaming together shit is awesome, especially when we do shared chats. It's made Unhinged Fridays very fun.
It is pretty fun. I like that they're tweaking it and trying to work with the streamers to make it the best it possibly can be.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to avoid people. They're trying to avoid people using Discord for like in-game chat so they can keep it on their own platform.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kiko says, I think my favorite line as a Latina girl is, and I'll name him. I'll name him.
Yeah. I'm fucking. And I'll name him. I saw that shit, bro. I think Ghost was fucking just dying at that when he said that. If I remember correctly. Pookie should definitely join us for Unhinged Fridays. It's definitely a chaotic stream. That's for sure.
You two need to join Kiko and I for content warning at some point.
At some point.
Yes.
Gary's
been there for content warning.
She's
Should
talking
we
about
do
do the
Pookie, not
same
me?
level, or should we go higher now that we have 4?
Finish up the mission.
All right, we'll finish it.
Yeah, girl. What we doing?
Can't go back to this planet after we do this anyway, so might as well, right?
Also, you're a little dressed up. You're a little dressed up, Potato.
Oh, you enjoying my fit? This is my clown costume.
Wait.
I'm doing
Wait.
Halloween.
You're wearing your clown costume now? I thought you always wear it.
Ha 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 ha. Yes. Nice. Yeah, precisely. Nice, Kiko.
Also, Kiko says 1,000,000% we have to do content warning together. So
It would be fun.
we should make it happen.
It would be fun. But yeah, no, I'm dressing up every day this week for Halloween, leading up to Halloween, on Halloween. So today I am a clown. It was very last minute, so I was just sort of pulling together whatever I could from my house. So clown, it is.
I mean, it's very Pennywise.
Yeah, you know, I was trying not to go for too much with a Pennywise look, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Spooky clown.
God, Pennywise
He's
is
a
so
spooky clown.
Pennywise is so horrifying.
Yeah, he is. No, Layla loves to go and like sniff the drains when we're out walking, and
Oh,
sometimes
no.
I get really nervous. I'm like, what if he pops out? Like, what if she knows something? Has like a sense that I don't.
So my youngest cousin looks exactly like Georgie from the latest iteration of the It shows or the It movies.
Oh, man.
So he hasn't seen him yet, but once in a while I'll drop the line. Oh fuck, is it everything floats down here? Is that the line?
Something like that, I
Yeah.
think.
Just absolutely horrifying. And the worst part is this said cousin is like the most dramatic kid ever, and he's definitely gonna be an actor someday. So if he would do the line, he would nail it, and it would make it 1,000,000 times more horrifying. Oh, I should text them. I should text them and say I will buy the outfit if he goes as little Georgie. Out trigger.
If he'll do it, we all float.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Man, yeah, the whole series very creepy.
Is it weird that I kind of want to watch Nightmare Before Christmas this Halloween?
I love, it's the perfect time to watch it. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Sally.
I feel like I haven't seen it in
Jack the
forever.
Pumpkin King. The fucking boogeyman used to scare the shit out of me when I was little. Like, I watched the whole movie and I was like kind of on edge, but still going through it just fine. And then I got to the boogeyman part and I was like, so spooked. I couldn't finish the movie. I was like, can't do it.
Hocus Pocus, when I was a kid, I was terrified of.
Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Also a good one.
Also, they made a sequel, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I did not watch it.
I was gonna say, is it any good? Does anybody know?
I don't know. To be so real with you.
Well, hopefully we can get through this.
I hope so. We just gotta
Oh, we landed here? Why? That's like something I don't understand.
What?
We landed up here? What's the
Oh,
reason?
yeah, I don't know, but
No,
I'm
stay up there.
take it.
Stay up there. It's great to be up there. Oh, fuck! Nice. Wait, did you guys just take out 2 dropships?
Woo! Yeah.
Wait, did one dropship hit the other dropship, or did you guys hit them separately?
Yeah, we both took them out.
Okay.
We
was
got
sick.
that cheese.
Me and Pookie got it. We the
You
girls
know,
up
no
here.
big
We the
deal.
girls on. We the girls on fly high up here. You know, chilling.
You guys just maintain your elevation advantage,
Got
please.
first.
Oh,
A
shit.
second?
Your shit exploding over here.
Okay. Yeah.
I might even have to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you two handle
You got
it.
it, Pookie. You got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait,
That second one.
the dropships are like splitting in half now? What the fuck?
Hot.
If you do it with a recoilless rifle,
Got
it
this one.
over damages it and actually kills everything on it.
That's awesome.
Woo!
So it sounds like the queso cannon
down
is
there,
not
though.
as good.
It's not.
So much chaos.
For real. But we're
Yeah,
about
I mean,
it.
I'm
We're
not even.
chilling.
I think I've shot like 2 things so far.
Ooh, get that tank. Get that tank. Yes. Fuck that bitch.
Bro, we are fucking
Oh,
amazing.
behind us.
Oh,
my
shit.
God. There we go. Got him. Woo! For prosperity. There's a tank down there, though.
I got the Hulk.
Not a tank. Oh my gosh. I mean the Hulk. My bad. Sorry.
I'm just chilling in the center of the map.
Ooh, dropship. Nice.
My numbers are going to be skewed here because you guys are just taking everything out.
Feels good.
What did you guys even need me for?
For a good laugh.
Wow, I'm just a joke to you guys. That's how it is.
You have jokes. So, you know, keeps things interesting.
I have jokes sometimes. What the fuck? I want to shoot something.
See, this is what
Not
happens when you have a rocket
today.
that reloads in 3 seconds.
Not today. Oh fuck! Gary, no!
Oh, you guys suck. Why didn't you take that down?
We did.
No, I did.
Oh.
Fine, I'll get it.
If you insist.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Okay. You got no arms. Nice.
This might be the best I've ever come into ice cold in Helldivers. I'm fucking locked in tonight.
Beautiful.
Oh, I missed.
Just wait till we go higher level though. We are chilling right now. We're doing some mad chilling.
That's the best part about going higher level. When you go lower levels, you can kind of just chill out. It's kind of like when I caddy, when I double bag. I'm like busting my ass, but when I single bag, I'm so fucking bored. Fucking dang. Yay, we did it. We did it, yay. Oh shit. That laser was really fucking close to my face.
Woo, I can get over it. Amazing. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get over it. Shit. Shit.
Oh my god. Did Dairy drop a barrage again?
Oh my god. Someone dropped a barrage.
Why wouldn't I? We have to end with a big bang, you know?
Yeah, can you do that after we're on the ship? Not drop it on the ship that we need to get on?
The ship's fine. We'll make it home.
We won't.
Will we? Will we? Good lord. Okay, let's go home.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna be okay. 5 seconds. Oh,
Whoop, 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 whoop. Yay! We did it!
Yes. Oh, the right side of history. That sounds a little sus, but.
You wanna know something, Ghost?
No.
I'm getting close to your level.
Okay.
I'm getting close, you know? I'm
You're
like
still 30
away.
levels away.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do you not know how to do math?
No.
Give her some time. She just started school, Ghost. She still has to learn.
Oh man.
She's actually 28 levels.
Yes, moist.
Oh, it's 27 now. It's 27 now.
Let's see these stats.
Why am I so clean?
I don't know. Oh, I'm clean.
God damn, I had 8 kills.
Well, that would be why.
Sons of bitches.
Damn, moist out here with the 137. Okay.
That was
God,
taking
12
down all those
kills?
ships. That was sick.
Okay.
Not a single Helldiver lost on that mission. A result
Absolutely
as
nailing
glorious
it.
as is atypical.
I wonder if Helldivers is gonna work on my new laptop. That I'll be able to stream from when I'm like at home and shit. It is basically the same specs as my desktop. Not as much RAM, but
Well done, Helldiver. This operation will swiftly usher this planet's salvation.
Initiating FTL jump.
Are we doing more bots? Oh god.
Yeah, I upped it a little bit too, so.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Yeehaw, here we go, everyone.
we got this.
Strap in.
We got to do bots because it's spooky season.
It is spooky season.
So it's difficulty 10, right?
Do you like clouds, Ghost?
Clouds?
Oh my god, clowns. I'm looking at the clouds out here and my brain just like went into autopilot. Excuse me. Do you like clouds?
Is that
What
a
are your
meteorologist
thoughts
joke?
on clouds?
You asking me if I like clouds? Is that a
That's
meteorologist
hilarious.
joke?
Of all people to ask about clouds, it would
It would be the
you.
meteorologist.
It would be you. That's so funny. Just a Freudian slip there.
I mean, clowns are fine.
Are they? Do they scare you? Do you feel pretty neutral about them?
I mean, like in individual movies and stuff, they scare me. Like when they're supposed to scare me, like Pennywise and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Or the psychopathic people that dress up as clowns and then try to be like terrifying standing in the woods and shit.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
No, like the mad clown craze era. Did
Yeah.
that fuck you up a little bit?
Yeah, that shit was terrifying. I think that was North Carolina though, if I remember correctly.
We've talked about this, I feel like, a couple times. We talked about it tonight. We talked about it in the past about how that shit was just like crazy. Even if it was all manufactured, like PR stunt just to sell shit or do whatever, like
this visual actually looks really good.
Crazy. I'm dropping in.
The original TV movie, Pennywise, was pretty terrifying too with Tim Curry. That shit was terrifying too. My dad used to watch it when I was a kid, and I'd be fucking horrified. It also took my dad, it's been 30 years, and he still hasn't finished that book. That's a running joke in my family.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he keeps claiming he's going to finish it, and it's been, like, again, like 30 years. It's also it's also a very big book.
It is a big book. I remember people carrying it around as like a status symbol in school. They're like, oh, they read. They like read in their free time.
Obviously.
It's like those people, and then like the Twilight books.
Obviously, your school standards are very high if it's like, oh my God, they read.
I was in fucking rural Virginia. Ghosting, you tell me.
Potato. I grew up in borderline Pennsylvania. I know about that shit.
There you go. There you go. You get the vibe.
Also, I've been through rural Virginia, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I grew up in the Shenandoah Valley.
Yeah, when I was in grad school, I played on the club baseball team, and we were DC area, so all of our games were in Virginia. So we were like driving through Virginia most of the time. Oh fuck! Oh my God! I walked into a mine again. Fuck! Why do I keep doing that?
Oh fuck! Careful, there's a tank over there, moist.
So I've been to Martinsville, where I had to drive all the way to the southwest portion of fucking Virginia, and then I've been to where's Old Dominion at? Is Old Dominion Norfolk?
Yeah, we're like Newport News area, Norfolk. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we played against Old Dominion, and we kind of slaughtered them. I know I had good games.
I don't know much about that school. Oh my God! Okay.
Welcome in, Fire Fist, because mines are pretty. That's true.
Shit! Did you see that? You did like 3 front flips because of the fucking Strider. These guys scare the shit out of me. I don't really know how to take care of them.
Do better.
Yeah, that would be a good start.
What's up, sir? Been a bit? Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, definitely been a while, but after we did some React content, we got invited by Potato Queen and Derry to
played against them. They're in the same
to actually to spread some democracy. So
also, Radford was kind of nearby in the opposite direction.
Oh, I got a fun story for you about Radford.
Everyone has a fun story with Radford.
My first, our first game in regionals, my first year in grad school, we beat Radford 19-2.
Oh, blowout.
And then they beat us after we had them in like a no-hitter for 5 innings. But I didn't play that game, so it wasn't technically my fault.
You don't claim that.
This game looks awesome on your rig. Really? Firefist? Because I've actually had to turn down the performance in order for it not to stutter and everything. But yeah, we lost to Radford, and that kind of sucked. Because that was one of the best teams I've ever played on. So it was kind of disappointing to, you know, lose to a team that we beat by 17 runs in a couple games before. We played against VCU. James Madison was not in our division because they were the division above, just above us. I was on the D2 club baseball, and they were D1.
I mean, within my time period of going to school, they got moved up from D2 to D1, I think.
So I was club baseball, so it was a little bit different. So it wasn't varsity. But there was club baseball. There's like 2 levels. There's a D1 and a D2. I was on the D2 level. if that makes sense.
I don't know. I guess I'm maybe thinking more so like football or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's like a big deal for our area that they were like moved up to like a better
Yeah.
whatever.
I have it on
division of
PS5. This looks so much
football.
better. That's fair.
I didn't know if that like translated for the other sports.
I mean, I'm pretty
How
sure
any of that really works.
I'm pretty sure all their other sports teams were basically D1, and football was D1 technically, but then they moved up to the bowl subdivision, and they're pretty good up there, when I remember.
Yeah, I know. It's there's a lot of football fans in that area. They all like usually go and support. Some of my family members have like tickets for year round
Oh yeah,
to go watch.
you're telling me there's football fans in a rural area within the United States? No,
Yeah, what a surprise, right?
no, get out of here. That's like telling me that there's ways to avoid the top of the hour ad break.
No, there's not.
Because the top of every hour, run
Not
a
that I
3-minute
can
ad.
think of, Ghost,
And
unless
if you wanna-
you have maybe something to suggest for the viewers.
If you want to avoid the ad, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription on any of our channels, or you can get lucky and get gifted a sub, or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription to your favorite streamer. Hopefully that's either me or Potato. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now. Kiko goes, oh God, 1 out of 10, fuck you, which means that was a 10 out of 10. That means that it was a 10 out of 10, and Kiko's pissed that I got him. So I talked to Kiko the other day, and we're going to try to set up a top of the hour bot in my channel where chatters can rate my segue.
Rate the segue.
Yeah. So out of 10, chatters will rate my segue, and then top of the hour bot will drop the rating. It'll average it out.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah, because it'll be fun. Because that's like the whole point of me doing the segues, because it makes it more entertaining.
It gives it the vibe of like a show. And I love that about a stream. I always love when a stream feels like a television show.
Yeah. I mean, that's technically what we are, right?
Oh yeah, I think of myself in that way. Chat, do I feel like a television show to you? Oh
God.
No! These fuckers, they're gonna end me. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That works.
Oh damn, the mines! The mines, they just like ricocheted me back and forth.
Pinball?
Like, here's an arm, here's a leg, here's a head. Woo, that was funny. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Tater, you're getting lit up. Yeah, dude. I really am. I'm trying to survive though, like, that's all that matters. Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys, they can't stop me.
Moist, are you good? Do you want help over by that one?
What?
Over by that hot area that you're at? Are you good? Or can I go to the... Okay.
That was crazy. Now I get to listen to Potato stream. How is the Helldivers going? What's up, Archimus? Oh my god, how is the rest of your stream?
Kiko asked, is Derry still there?
I still here, sister. What's going on?
Sister? Sister child? Kiko? Bestie. Derry's still here.
I'm getting my ass eaten, sister, not in a good way.
I was just about to say, is that in a good way?
Oh,
Kiko says he has to send you something. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't have her Discord. Derry, can
thank you so much for the follow.
Derry, can Kiko send you something on Discord?
Yeah, of course, sister, needs for you.
Kiko, go into my Discord, look at members, and that's how you can find her Discord. And chatters, you can only do this if you get permission from the person in my Discord, or you get banned from the Discord.
Ooh, solid rule.
I don't have rules.
I couldn't finally done.
I don't have rules up in my
I've never
Discord
played
yet.
Outlast 2. I've only gotten like halfway through Outlast, first one. That was scaring the shit out of me. Really, the first jump scare, I think I knocked over my camera. So how was the second one? Did you enjoy it? It's on. It would be on my list after I finish the first one. Fire tornado. Oh boy. No. No. I'm on fire. Oh my god. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, you know, fire tornado would catch you on fucking fire? Oh my!
What the hell did you get? There, what'd you get hit by there? Fuck, I don't have a case of candy. Oh.
That was crazy. Oh boy. LS2 is disturbing. I played it once and that's it. LOL. Oh god. Okay. Good to know. I'm still kind of new to horror games, so some things still freak me out.
I recently beat the second Outlast. That game is messed up. I don't even know what Outlast is.
I don't think I've played anything that's been too disturbing for me yet. One of us. I'm Ruse 2? Hopefully that's something close to what your name is. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Potato Gang. Welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying spooky season so far. Archimedes, look, we are a clown today, by the way. I gotta ask you if you like my clown costume.
Stealing you for Buddy Bunker.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
Open it up.
I just think that was funny.
It's a spell it out loud kind of name I've been using for 30-ish years. Spell it out loud.
Oh, super credits.
Give me all the super credits.
Okay, I'm gonna get it right. Welcome in, my friend. Happy to have you here. Are you a Helldiver? You spread democracy.
Administer freedom. Serve up a big glass of liberty.
Democracy.
Yep, all of that. All of that.
Give me that democracy, baby.
Oh. On a Tuesday?
Democracy is great every day. Every day that ends in Y.
Served early. Damn, nothing here.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm playing this game with you so I can forget that I have to work in the pissing rain yet tomorrow. And wind.
Rain and wind?
Yep. Gonna be a
Why
blast.
do people still play?
Because they're not intelligent.
And that's like not good conditions. Damn, that did nothing from this far away. That sucks. Oh, yeah, I like to drop in with streamers that talk on occasion when my regular crew is offline. Hell yeah, that's nice. Well, I'm glad you found your way in here, my friend.
Oh my god, I got fucking lit up.
Season, so I'm dressing up all week. Tonight, I'm a clown. Doing
First-person horror game where you play a reporter trapped in a village ran by a religious cult.
Yeah, well, welcome in.
That sounds amazing. That also sounds like Fallout 5. Which, not Fallout.
What does your usual crew go with? Bugs
Far
or
Cry
bots?
5. Well, similar to Far Cry 5.
Is this the butt plug? Oh shit! It's already been ransacked.
Yeah, I was gonna say Moist already got it.
Goodbye, butt plug.
I touched the butt plug.
Oh wow, you touched it first. It's been so
Did you lube it up before you touched it?
Forget about it.
No, I'm just naturally moist.
Just naturally moist.
Not even gonna think about it anymore. It's tainted.
I still think it was funny that the first time I popped in here the other day and Moist was in here, I'm like, oh, it's Moist Critical. And like, I just didn't. I forgot to connect the dots.
Damn.
Fuck, I keep getting lit up with that fucking machine gun.
Yeah, me too. I just got
Similar, except you have no weapons and can't defend yourself worth a damn.
Mostly bugs, but we've been
That
rolling
sounds like a
bots the last couple days.
hard
Hell yeah.
game.
Hell yeah.
Just run and hide. Okay.
It's kind of been my vibe too. I usually go bugs, but recently my vibe has been bots.
300 meters.
Damn, I just called stuff in. My shit's gone. This sucks.
300 meters. Requesting air support.
Get out of there.
I feel like the bots since this latest update have gotten really good as far as like accuracy is concerned.
Oh yeah, I mean I've always felt that way.
That's placebo.
I like trying to get out of the shield like situation using a shield in this round, like with bots in general. And I just can't. I feel like they shoot so well from across the fucking map.
Oh! Dude,
oh.
There was like 2 shots from the machine gun thing.
Not the grenade. Oh my god. Get off my ass. No! Damn it! Not the fucking cannons! I hate it. I hate those things.
Fuck.
Jerry's just chilling. I'll give you a hint on the name. Most folks just call me Easy. Okay, I'm Easy Ruse. Easy Ruse? Maybe? Is that closer?
What the fuck did I get hit by? They had direct line of sight, it's over. Yeah, but like you used to be able to run and kind of like slightly dodge, but now they just fucking light you up.
What is it? Is Kiko still in your chat?
They've always been like the just use smoke and it fucks their aim up. True.
I just saw his fucking clip. Oh my fucking god. Did we say Hector?
Oh, Hector?
Hector?
Hector? Yeah, Kiko's in here.
When she was with you, she was thicker than me. Yes.
Is that my bitch ex-wife Deborah?
Fucking what the fuck is that?
You want to see Ghost? Yeah, go ahead, Kiko. You can hit watch right away.
Oh no.
Oh, why haven't we done the microwave yet?
I like me a man that's like just just trying to chill and be a little lazy, just eat bamboo,
Yeah, like a little pancito, a little pancito sometimes. It's nice. It's nice.
What are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, oh, sorry. I didn't remember saying your name, sir. Did we say Hector? Did we ever say Hector? When did we say Hector?
Hector. I haven't heard Hector since that bitch wife ex Deborah used it for me when we were role playing.
Oh yeah, she's using that. Yo, she was talking. Guess what my fucking name is? Guess what my name is? She was saying she was thinking of me when she was with you. She was thinking of me. Yeah. Hector Penisini. Hector Penisante.
Hey, guys. Yeah, easy is solid. Word. Got you.
I'm using the orbital smoke.
All right, Easy.
That shit rocks now.
Welcome in.
Really? That's interesting.
Been playing like.
I'm just so locked in with my build out.
Remember,
that
Kiko,
I'm like
Hector Penis
fairly.
Piñata, okay, penis piñata.
I'm fairly. I do fairly well with my build out, so I kind of like keeping it. Oh fuck, the wrong button.
How about? Come on. This sucks.
What are you doing?
I'm trying. Really?
I'll help you out. I'll let you get on the other side.
Oh my god. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
You're welcome. That was funny. I should clip that.
Oh my god. Is it helping or is it hurting?
I think it's helping, to be honest.
Oh, can you get that other ship? Yeah, nice and dead.
Oh my god!
Oh fuck! Are you okay?
Who the fuck threw that shit at me? I feel like that was personal.
A little personal.
Listen, whoever did that, your mom's a hoe. Okay?
I did that. Can't believe you said that about my mom. I'm not suggesting it at all. I'm just saying in general. I think your current loadout also works, right?
No, we don't accept that.
Oh my god, call ammo and climate. Have fun on game. Good night, guys. Good night, Artemis. Thank you so much for stopping in. Appreciate you. Hope to see you again soon.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Ethan to you.
Wait, I died. Where the fuck is my shit at? Oh.
Oh man, thanks for the music. Have a great stream. Oh, you're so welcome, my friend. Enjoy, enjoy. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for lurking.
By the way, Kiko, did you watch that show that Cinemarxism was watching? Did you get a chance to look at that? Especially that gun's so good, man. Yeah, it's become so good after the latest update.
Ooh, why'd I go over here? You guys handled
Not yet,
this
dude.
already.
It's like Kiko, it's right up your alley. It's like perfect. I immediately thought of you and I tried tagging you in the fucking chat and everything. I'm like, Kiko, where are you?
Shit. Got a whole ass tank over here.
Well, why don't you take out that goddamn tank?
There's another one dropping in.
You got it.
This is some bullshit.
Also, I created the SAM thing. It should take out literally every dropship. Or it didn't, I guess.
Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. Extract when ready.
Wait, we did everything already? What the fuck?
I'm ready now.
Not everything.
Yeah, there's still like a side quest.
Oh, shit.
And there's some
What's in the Seif, by the way?
honors as well.
It's yield explosives.
Is it a nuke at all?
I don't know what it is. It's a high yield explosive. That's what it says. And then the last one should be a smoke bomb.
Okay. Because I got a factory walker on me. So just trying to not die.
Solid play. Solid play. Got that right there. You know how to get the extract to hover and give close air support? Wait, no?
Never mind, I took it out.
What?
I took it out because I'm a god. You know what?
There's
I'm the god.
Rider here.
I'm gonna say it.
Well, I took out the fucking Hulk, but that is all I'm good for.
Oh, first steps at meeting it, potato.
I don't know how to take out that big boy. I can send in a big bomb.
Taking out the factory shredders have definitely become easier with the latest update. They were fucking impossible for a very long time.
I found them easier before.
Really?
Yeah, you could kill them with like 4 autocannon shots before.
I feel like hitting them with the queso cannon and hitting them with like anything else and the railgun and everything, and they still wouldn't go down. Or the rail cannon, I should say.
They have like a little eye on the front of the face, and if you hit them, it's like a weak point for them.
Oh, it does have an eye?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I hit that then.
Threw a fucking bomb in there, and I just quesoed and nothing.
Damn it, Moist. You're taking all the fucking places that I'm going for.
Did he die? Is he down? I can't tell. I can't tell you guys.
All right, one gunship down.
No, I don't think he's down. I don't think he's down. Oh, he's still going. Fuck, man.
Come on, baby. Fuck, I missed. I missed the gunship. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous.
I don't know where to hit to make it fly.
Oh no, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Zone, and then the call.
Damn it.
Oh, and the last call the ride makes before landing. Get outside the radius.
Oh, I shouldn't have left. Striders go down in one shot for that eye with recoilless. Okay.
It's a very old
I I've never gotten face to face long enough with the factory striders to see that eye.
Get out of here, you guys. Get out of here. Nobody invited you to this party.
Hey, get out of there!
Get off my lawn! Whoa.
Sure, you see that a lot. Living in Florida now.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah, the neighborhood I live, it is pretty sweet.
I feel like Florida is like the most "hey, get off my lawn" state there is.
Yeah, I could see that, but I haven't have not run into any issues.
Actually, Arizona. Arizona feels like the most "get off my lawn" state ever.
Oh, the striders over there.
Oh my god. Those gunships can't hang with one shot from the railgun. Yeah.
Just run.
Get off my sand.
My little feet, run. I'm out of bullets. I don't know what to do. I'm just going. Tater, did you see the new update for Valheim came out today? I did. I was looking into that. I'm wondering if I should play it with the Bog Witch. I love that they've done an update like this. It was so unexpected.
Oh
What do you
god,
think
where's
about
my
it?
shit?
I haven't watched any any content about it. I haven't looked at any pics.
There's stuff
Yo,
very close to mine.
Derry! How are you gonna arm a hell bomb and not say shit?
Oh my god, I didn't know you were here with me.
Oh, Derry killed her teammate? Get out of here. No, can't picture it.
Wow.
Can't picture it ever.
Wow.
I can't picture Derry ever doing that.
No, never.
No, that never happens. Yeah, you really sound like you're sorry, Derry.
I'm just gonna call in my stuff.
Can you believe me?
No, can you not aim your gun at me right now? Why'd you kill me again? I certainly don't believe you now. I haven't played it, but it appears that there are more crafting things for us to make potions and such. Fuck yeah, I love that. I always add that in with mods. So that's beautiful. I will take that in stride. That sounds really exciting. Fuck me, man. Mary, go way over there. I don't even know. I don't even see what happened to her. No.
Alright, took care of that.
Tagging map, east, 300 meters.
Nice. I was just about to ask you, Moist, if that was a really big base or not.
That was a big base.
One more ship.
Take it out with a laser.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That laser's a little goated sometimes.
He coming. Fuck, come on. Damn. Nice. Very nice.
We're leading away from the extraction, you know?
See that. How much time do we have left?
Time for you to get a watch. 11 minutes.
I had one. 1 minute? What?
I said 11 minutes.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Fuck. I missed the tank, so sorry for anybody that was over there. Oh, that was all you guys.
This is looking tricky to get around.
Whoops.
Shit. Once again. Out of ammo.
Why do you keep running out of ammo?
I don't know.
That's because you live for
I'd
so
just be
long. That's what it is.
I'd just be shooting. The other quasar is on the ground. It's already cooled down. Damn, I missed it. I should have looked on the ground. I think I called one in too that was just sitting there. I could have picked up, but I just didn't. Didn't really even think about it.
Yeah, that was my quasar, I think.
Damn. Yeah, I probably could have borrowed it and said something in that moment. Fire tornadoes.
You know, random thought, but like Katy Perry's ET video used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Really?
She has an ET video?
Yeah. You watched the movie ET?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the dairy.
Oh.
Nah, ET was cute, but like Katy Perry's shit was like just fucking creepy.
Fuck.
Katy Perry took that shit and made it real weird. I don't know if I ever even watched that video. But iconic song.
I don't know what video you guys are talking about.
Iconic.
Well, that's great. Whoever, you know.
Where's everybody at? I know Derry's standing here with me, but
You know, I died.
never mind. Oh, mistakes were made. Everybody call us in close to the thing, to the extraction.
Yeah, it still creeps me out.
Oh no, we're out of reinforcements? No! Also, I have a shit ton of samples
He's not dead.
around there somewhere. You guys should pick them up. I dove off the platform in a direction. There's a shit ton of samples laying there somewhere.
I think they got picked up.
There you go.
I died.
No.
Nar.
No.
Nar. Oh, nar.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Potatoes. We've
potatoes.
made it out. Dynamic duo. Damn it, guys. I wish we all would have been there. That was toasty in the end. That was real. That was real.
Listen, I will sacrifice my life every day to spread democracy.
Spread democracy. Do right. Give democracy to the world. Just how it deserves.
Also, I hate to do this, but I think I gotta call it a night.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's about that time.
I am tired, and I know tomorrow is gonna be exhausting in the rain and the wind.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
And more rain.
More rain, more wind.
Yeah. I wasn't in the wind and rain today. It was actually kind of a nice day today, but tomorrow is gonna be fucking bad.
Damn.
Damn, I didn't even know it was 2 in the morning.
Listen, I'm just gonna try not to drown the next 2 days at work. It's gonna be bad.
That is a
Gonna be bad.
good goal. It's a good goal.
Or thank y'all for letting me play per usual.
Oh yeah, no, it's been fun.
Wow, you just straight up quit the game. Didn't even give us an opportunity to openly embrace each other. I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Sorry. I thought we just manly embraced enough earlier, but I mean, sorry.
We didn't even manly embrace at all. What the hell?
No, he's not gonna sleep well.
So we just left the game? No warning? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Derry.
Wow,
What the fuck?
my bad.
What kind of shit is this shit?
It's like you've never played the game before.
There's no certainty in life. Ooh.
Anyway, thank you two so much. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It was so much fun, Ghost. Have a good day tomorrow. Hang
Yeah.
in there, my friend.
This just makes it made it so much better because my first half of stream I just melted my brain with dumb shit. So it was fun spreading democracy with you all. Thank you, Moist. Thank you, Derry. Thank you, Potato. Thank you, Potatoes chat. Hope we entertained you all.
I think so. I would say. Are you guys entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Let's say.
Anyway, have a good night, y'all. Hope you all have a restful sleep. All right, chat. That's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much. I appreciate y'all being here. I think I'm going to do more React content. It seems like that's pretty popular in the stream. So get ready to see more of that. Tomorrow we're going to do North Star Radio's video on how Jubilee ruined political debate. And then we're also going to do Jordan Klepper Fingers the Pulse. And we're going to do some Hogwatch, baby. And then we'll eventually get back into terraforming. But sorry I'm ending stream a little early. Well, earlier than my 4-hour mark. But later than my normal time because I usually only stream till 10 o'clock my time. But yeah, I'm a little exhausted and I actually have to work tomorrow again. So I have to send y'all somewhere. Where am I going to send y'all? All right. I'm gonna send you guys to Theo. I feel like it's been a couple weeks since I sent you to Theo, so I'm gonna send y'all there. So Kiko can get his fucking tuck in. Oh, go enjoy your time in Theo. Make sure you get your bets in. Make sure you get your tucks in. Make sure you enjoy yourselves over there. But chat, here are the raid messages. First message is for those that are not subscribed. Next two are for those that are subscribed. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you were entertained by the brain melt that was the beginning of that stream. The what? The tuck? The talk in Theo stream that you love so much. Kiko? Or the Gamba in Theo stream? All that shit? All that good shit that you love about Theo stream? But again, I hope you're entertained by my React content for the Ben Shapiro conversation. But I'm kind of looking forward to the North Star Radio thing about Jubilee, because I forgot to say what Jubilee does is they bring in a professional conservative talking head and they make normal people actually converse with professional conservatives. So anyway, chat, that's all for me tonight. So this is daycare. So anyway, just like you always say, Kiko, we are daycare. Twitch is daycare for adults. Yep. See y'all later, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. See ya.